What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the show. We are your hosts, Chase and Myles, and we are at the Lucky Duck. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Myles, who do we have the pleasure to talk to today?
Do you like to shop online? Do you like to save money? Well, then I have the browser extension for you. Honeycomb. Honeycomb basically pays you to shop. Every time you shop online, Honeycomb finds you the best price. You can find out more at honeycombisn'thoney.squarespace.com. Now back to the show. Today we have on Catie.
Welcome, Catie.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on. It's a pleasure.
I'm excited.
We are as well. We're really looking forward to this conversation specifically because we took a little bit of a break from our last episode we posted. It's been about a month. There's a couple things going on that just didn't work out for Myles and I to meet. But yeah, we're kind of going back in full swing in the thing. So
I should be expecting like B Squad.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you
getting
are
back into it.
The guest of honor. So thank you for and thanks for driving all the way out here to do it. That was
Of course.
we're even more honored now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Shall we give a cheers to kick off
Let's
the
do it.
episode?
Cheers. It's one of my fave drinks.
What are we drinking, Catie?
We are drinking a pomegranate Moscow Mule.
Boom.
Gotta get a little flavor in there.
Let's get an ASMR sippies in there.
Okay. It's hard to do it so close to the mic.
Yeah. To get the drench the mic in pomegranate.
That would
It
amplify.
wouldn't be a bad smell to have lingering on the mic.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, the juice and
rosemary.
stuff might get a little buggy, right?
A
Yeah.
little bit, a little sticky.
Start having
Mhm.
ants crawling on it.
Yeah. What do you think? This
Then you're licking ants
podcast
off
studio
of the mic.
is just rancid with pests.
Honestly,
and-
I've never seen a bug down here, so
Thank
it's
you.
pretty good.
Thank
You sealed it pretty
There
well.
is the occasional spider. you
Really?
know. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it's a
you're
house. Miles is like,
you're living in the world.
Whoa.
Miles is getting scratchy.
Black
and
Widow?
itchy. No Black Widows. Black Widows are usually on the outside because they. I'm talking out of my ass right now, but
I'm gonna
I
Google
feel like they
this.
need like a steady flow of food, and you're just not gonna get that in my house because there's not a lot of bugs in my house.
I've seen a lot of bugs.
I run a tight
upstairs,
ship here. Okay.
so
Yeah.
they just don't come down here.
Actually,
Probably because the smell.
do you ever deal with Black Widows at your house? I feel like they're.
No, I don't
Really?
have a lot of black widows. I have a lot of spiders, but no black widows.
Do you have a garage or anything? Or like a
yeah,
deck?
but the
But,
garage is
I mean,
outside my house.
Yeah.
Like what I would consider to be my house.
Right.
Inside, yeah.
But like not here, but back in Minnesota, I have lots of brown recluse
Ooh.
Really?
spiders. Yes.
Yeah, those
Wow.
are even nastier, right?
Those. Well, they're about the same. I
Oh,
mean,
that's
black
true.
widows and brown recluse are the two like lethal ones.
Yeah.
But those are big in houses, especially in closets.
I've been seeing a lot of TikToks where they like will
Miles is
put down.
freaked out.
The-
Never.
Yeah.
I'm never moving there.
I feel like those are the one. Those are like the equivalent of the
But you get them here
Black
too.
Widow, but outside or inside your home.
In the
Yeah, I
closet?
think so.
Right.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
closet.
Yeah, you
So
get
if you
it.
just don't have any closets, you're good.
Yeah, they're like.
well, they
"Oh."
like dark, colder like spots.
That's true.
That's where they are.
That's-
so
Damn.
basically, just keep your house at like 86 degrees. Maybe like warm spots. I can't remember. You know what? Google it.
Okay,
Forget
yeah.
that.
We're giving
Don't
like
give
bad
it
advice
any-
out here. Actually, how many people? Can you Google this? Because I'm actually interested. How many people die?
From
From
sharks.
no, yeah, from sharks. Something completely unrelated. How many people die from brown recluse? Yeah, bites.
There are
every
only
year.
2 recorded cases,
Of deaths.
apparently.
Like ever?
I think
Not that
you
lethal.
probably
Not that
catch
lethal.
them pretty easily because don't they get like really infected and you
Yeah.
start getting? I think it's
Yeah, it's a
a
nasty bite.
bullseye thing. Like
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It gets really red and then white and then red and it's like very noticeable.
It's almost like it starts to rot your skin away. It looks like at some point.
Very,
yeah.
very possibly.
So only 2, huh? That means giant pianos falling from buildings are probably more lethal than brown.
I don't know about giant pianos, but probably air conditioner
All
units.
right.
Ooh, true. That is
Yeah.
a thing. Those window shakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they might be after a certain level. You're not permitted to have them in your apartment if you're like on a multi-level apartment.
I don't know if that's true.
Because they fall out easily.
0
yeah, but they
confirmed
come with-
cases.
Of air conditioners falling out of windows and killing someone?
How many?
The
0?
movies have lied to us, people.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Let's just go down a rabbit hole of what kills people.
However, a child was critically injured when he fell on a window and landed on an air conditioner.
That doesn't count. That's like reverse. That doesn't count. Yeah. That's actually.
I want to know, is it a commercial air conditioner unit?
Yeah.
Residential?
Yeah.
Is there details?
That's good. Good
in,
point.
in some other universe where people are air conditioning units, they're Googling how lethal kids are to us. You know, like where
Yeah.
sentient beings are just air conditioning units.
You ever wonder if like ants have like an in memoriam like every day
Yes.
of how many people got stepped on?
Yes, the fallen
That's so
brethren.
true.
Um,
So actually, I found an article from abcnews.com, and it says researcher brown spiders. Okay, well,
Just
well, that's a little too general.
Racist.
That's a little too general.
It's kinda
yeah,
racist.
and yeah, a little racy.
brown spiders not deadly after all. So apparently, they're not deadly.
I feel like that's a little too generalized, though.
I wonder if they bit you like on the neck or something, right? Then you have breathing problems, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think okay. So
I
I
feel an experiment coming on.
Oh, we should catch one.
So I did battle a black widow maybe a month or two ago. It was underneath my deck.
I feel like battle was kind of too cool of a word.
I battled it. It was a
I'll allow
two-way
it.
thing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So it was in the corner, and I was pressure washing my AC unit, which is right nearby. And so I saw it, and so I was like, I just pointed I figured that the pressure washer would like just destroy the nest, and the webs are so strong that it was literally withholding the pressure of the water coming out of my pressure
What?
washer. And this thing is enough to like do some damage on your skin, like when you have it. I don't recommend this, but if you pointed the pressure washer at your skin, it would definitely do some damage.
You should try it at home.
It was crazy. Yeah,
Throw a
try it at home,
disclaimer.
folks. It wouldn't budge. It was like it was waving a little bit, but it was still intact. That's how crazy strong these webs are.
Wow.
And
And,
I-
that's only is that a black widow?
Black
Is that-
widow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that exclusively? Because I got a fly swatter and got a spider web down pretty easily.
Oh
Yes.
yes. In
So
general,
is
the
it
spider webs.
just
They're very strong. If you've
Yeah.
ever touched one before, they're like pulling the web. It actually has resistance on it.
specifically of the black
Yes.
widow?
And that's
web?
how you'll know.
Wow.
That's a good tell on if you have a black widow problem. Is go over to the
Okay.
web and just kind of like, if it doesn't just completely rip when you pull it, then you're fine. But
Okay.
and that's how I've identified them in the past in my garage. I would
good
pull on
tell.
it and I'm like, oh, this is strong. This is and then I'd look, and sure enough, there he is. And this guy, this one I was battling was like, I kid you not, probably that big.
No.
Yeah.
Like
With-
including the body with the legs.
With the legs. Okay. And this thing got so pissed. So I couldn't see. It was kind of like tucked away, and I sprayed it. I walk away. I'm doing some other things and come back, and it's like trying to repair the thing, which is then when And then I took the actual wand from the pressure washer and then just kind of like stabbed it, and then just smushed it in the rocks, and I felt like a badass, like a warrior. Like
Yeah?
I just
Yeah.
defeated my
This
enemy.
tiny little spider.
I wish
Listen,
it was more
okay?
like hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
but
I'm not going
it's
hand-to-hand
fine.
combat with that thing.
That would be cool.
No, it would have been dangerous.
I mean, did you play Elden Ring?
I did. Listen. All right. If you can go toe to toe with a Black Widow and come out victorious, you're a badass. That's all I'm going to say.
But you
I
didn't
rest
go
my
toe
case.
to toe. You went pressure washer wand to the body of the.
Listen. How you get
Semantics, folks.
there does
Semantics.
not matter. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
So we should get like a plaque.
In memoriam. Like a plaque to celebrate me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
like
Yeah.
killed the Black
cool.
Widow, right?
Yeah,
What about the Brown Widows? They have those too,
they do.
but they're not that common, right?
Not as dangerous. Not as
I did
dangerous.
not know that brown widows were a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Equally as oppressed as the Black Widows. Sorry, I had to. Miles, pull up a picture. What do we got?
Yeah,
Oh, there it is. It kind of looks the same.
Yeah, just brown.
Okay, yeah.
So the little red hourglass symbol on its body is like, I guess, the main indicator.
So they're more of a nuisance than a life or death situation.
Okay.
So you're better off getting bit by pretty much any spider
Yeah.
than like a king cobra or something, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Go out there and get bit, folks. Do it.
And send us your scars on YouTube. Put it in the comments.
And your necrosis of your
Yeah.
skin.
We'll
We
send you a
wanna see it
t-shirt.
all.
We'll send you a t-shirt. It's fine for your troubles.
We'll send you a hard Mountain Dew. If we're allowed, we got to talk to our lawyers first.
Yeah. It's been banned in Colorado, Miles. We can't talk about that. So, yeah, Miles and I have some family back in Florida, and this hard Mountain Dew is like a thing, I guess. And they sell it in Nevada, they sell it in Florida, I think in Ohio as well. Everywhere else they don't sell it. And
Probably for a
Your
reason.
face is, you're like,
yeah, you're like, I don't know about
Yeah.
this.
Seems
Yeah, they're skeptical.
dicey.
Yeah.
Does it taste like Mountain Dew?
Do you want to try it?
I kind of do want to try it.
Okay. Oh, let's
Yeah?
try it. Let's go for it. Yeah.
I kind of do
Yeah.
because,
Okay, what flavor?
oh my God, there's flavors.
There's 4 flavors.
Is there a Baja Blast one?
Yes.
Oh, I
Okay,
want that
Baja
one.
Blast.
Oh wait, I don't have that one.
Oh,
Chase.
I think somebody else drank. Okay,
That's it. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have Baja Blast.
Yes.
Yes!
Save the day.
Save the day from spoiling it himself.
Okay. There
All
you
right.
go.
Do we need to get like ASMR
Yeah.
so.
opening?
Yep.
Oh.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's not a good, yeah? Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Oh,
For-
God. I'm
get-
nervous. It's going to
do-
be
well,
zero sugar. Oh, God.
I
That's
know.
going to taste horrible.
I know. Stop. Okay. Wait. Hold
All
on.
right.
Get a waft it first. You got to give a nice. What are you picking up on the smell? What do we got with the notes here?
Like gasoline.
Baja.
Baja?
You getting that Baja?
I'm getting that Baja.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting more blast than anything else.
Okay. Fair enough.
but- we'll see. We'll
Okay.
see how good it tastes.
All right.
It tastes like, okay, so it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay.
But what it tastes like is like decarbonated, like flat. Mountain Dew.
That's a good
Okay.
point.
All right.
Like it tastes, I can still taste the Baja Blast Mountain Dew,
Okay.
but it tastes like I have left it sitting for 2 days and it has
Mm.
no more carbonation.
Hmm.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
I feel like so. Yeah. I also got the taste of it. I think them also taking the sugar out or using fake sugar or whatever they've got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sweetener.
I think that has kind of made it not taste as good as it could be. And then you have a little bit of the alcohol taste, like not really, but
it's like an aftertaste.
It's like when you drink any other kind of hard drink like that. It's
Yeah.
like that.
See, and
kinda
I do
weird
not
taste.
taste the alcohol aftertaste.
Really?
I do not get that at all.
I think the regular Mountain Dew hard soda
Tastes more like it.
has that aftertaste.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5.
On a scale of 1 to 5, I would probably give it a 3.
Okay.
I'm not
That's
gonna
fair.
not
fair.
drink it,
All right. Yeah.
but it's not gonna be my first choice.
It's definitely
I would
not.
add club soda to it,
Ooh. Okay. That might be the move.
like to give it that carbonation.
Maybe some lime juice.
Obviously,
since
yeah.
It's a citrus drink.
And to be perfectly honest, I probably might add some vodka to it.
Bump it up to a 12.5%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's yeah. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Like it's not strong enough.
All right. There you have it.
Maybe like a flavored vodka. I don't know. Give it a little pizzazz. I've done that on a couple pool days. You mix like a White Claw with some
Oh yeah.
vodka or rum or something like
Yeah.
that.
Then it's a
Like,
vodka soda.
Yeah, or those like little freezy popsicle, like alcoholic, like freezies you can buy now.
Yeah.
Those, I got some that were like not good from Costco. I don't recommend them. I can't tell you what brand it is, but if you get them from Costco, I would not.
Because we don't
Are
want
you
to
talking
get
about the
sued.
long sticks like you get
Yeah.
when you're a kid and they just fill up with alcohol? Is that
Well,
what
it's
it
not
is?
just alcohol,
like that,
but
yeah.
alcohol and like juice and stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because I remember seeing people DIY that, where they would cut it open, they'd take a little bit out, they'd put a shot of vodka in it, and then they'd take a hair straightener
Yeah.
and like seal it back up.
Which feels like a real waste of a hair straightener because it's gonna get plastic all over it. You
That's
never
true.
can use it again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't want to do that.
No,
They might make
I
a
would
lot of
prefer to just
popsicles.
buy them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we bought them, and then we were like, okay, they're fine. They're not great. And then you mix it with White Claw, and then it becomes a nice, like, refreshing cocktail.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. What
Well-
if you did like a Collins glass of White Claw, and then a totally frozen pop, and then you just stick the pop right in, and then it's like this one big long ice cube.
Yeah.
You could do that. The ones at Costco didn't freeze all the way, though. That
Really?
was because they were
Oh.
too alcoholic.
Yeah, you
Need
got to
more
get that
sugar.
sugar content. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
So they were too alcoholic. They tasted as such.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not recommending that people buy these. You're just saying because you didn't want to waste them. You were able
Correct.
to
I'm not going
freeze
to throw them
then.
away because I'm not a crazy person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink the
You're not
booze that's
wasteful.
available. Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Do you want some hard Mountain Dew?
Yeah, we're trying to pony off. Every guest that comes on, we're like, so, taste
Have
test?
you heard about this Mountain Dew, hard Mountain Dew?
It's going to be a thing.
We'll give you a good discount, $10 a can.
Yeah.
Tell you what we're gonna do. If somebody sends us a picture of their brown recluse or
Ooh.
black
Oh.
widow thing, you're gonna get a signed can
Okay.
And a
of
sticker.
hard Mountain
Yeah.
Dew.
Yeah. Not the Baja Blast one. I might keep those for special
Yeah, yeah.
occasions.
You probably get
'cause
the-
those are coveted.
Like the green one, the
Watermelon.
watermelon, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
nasty one.
watermelon.
Yeah.
That seems bad.
Yeah. Speaking of, so I didn't actually know about like the sugar content has to be high in order for it to freeze.
Well, it's not the sugar content; it's anything that's freezable,
Well,
which is like water.
yeah. So I convinced my office to buy a margarita machine, and it's one of those that like spins like you see at gas stations and stuff.
At,
The
like, a
slushies.
7-Eleven?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a frozen margarita.
Yeah, frozen margaritas. Yeah, and so we went to go make one, and we bought like the mix, and we bought like the tequila, and then you just combine them.
And you did this at work?
Yeah, for like Friday parties and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I thought it was like on tap.
Yeah,
and I'm like that feels
That feels a little
bad.
excessive. There are jobs where they have like a kegerator that just kind of laying in the corner, and you're like, I guess, I don't know if it's like encouraged to go just whenever you want. Take a
I feel like it's more of one
Draft,
of those things
a
where they're
pint.
like, it's cool that we have it, but
Yeah.
please nobody drink it.
You can't
during
drink it
work.
like after until
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably.
or noon, depending
noon.
depending on how
Noon
cool you
beer.
guys are.
Yeah,
two.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, and so we read in the bottle we read in the manual of the actual slushy machine that if you do make alcoholic drinks or any drink of that kind, that the sugar content has to be above 20% of the total weight value, or else it won't freeze. And so when we were talking about that's what reminded me of that. So there is something about the sugar content.
It certainly tasted like it had a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
some kind of sweetener.
Isn't that the same with
don't know.
when you have ice cream at like parties and stuff? It has to have a lot more sugar in it so that it stays frozen longer.
Oh,
or
maybe.
stays like
See,
consistent.
there's
longer.
something. There's
What do
some
you mean
kind
think
ice
of.
cream in a party? You mean like you
chemistry.
just like if you don't leave your ice cream out, like
You don't leave your ice cream out.
You don't leave your ice cream out? Who are we asking this?
I mean, when you said when you have ice cream at a party,
Yeah,
it has to
yeah,
have
yeah,
more
yeah.
sugar. What do you mean?
No, like a catering event. You know,
Alright.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a
cake and ice
soft,
cream.
like a.
I don't
I
know.
don't
I
think
heard
they
this
make
once.
different ice
I heard
cream.
this
Like
once.
I think you just
Mm,
keep it frozen until you serve it.
That might be it.
Yeah.
And then freeze it again.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help Chase.
But
Okay,
you can put
fair-
it in-
Fair enough.
Like a thing of ice, and
Yeah.
that will keep it.
Yeah.
Ice with salt apparently keeps it colder.
Hmm.
So I feel like
But I don't know that that's just an old wives' tale.
Yeah.
That's an old mom's tale.
same with the sugar.
it could be. It could be. It
Maybe
was. It
moms
was
are
in
out
the
here just
manual.
lying to people.
Yeah. Margarita machine. Don't fail me now.
If you pray long enough, it will stay frozen.
It was like a $2,000 margarita machine.
What?
It
How
was like
long did it take to freeze?
It only tastes like 30 minutes.
Oh god.
Because it has in
You got a
the spinny
turbo
thing, it
freezer.
has like a core that just gets super. The condenser like super cools it, and so that's just spinning around constantly and mixing the liquid with for an even I guess spread
Yeah.
of temperature.
Is it like the one from South Park?
No. That's you're thinking of the Margaritaville margarita machine.
Okay.
That's a blender, mixer, like dispenser all in one machine.
So
Yeah.
like on demand.
The superior model.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one's 3,000.
Yeah.
Couldn't stretch the
That one-
budget.
we didn't have the budget for that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It
We
couldn't
will
get
need
that for-
raises. It's stupid.
So do you still have it at work, or did
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
decommission it?
No, we use it from time to time.
Okay.
I think, there's not as many of us in the office. Typically, like we're not like 100 plus people in the office in order to justify using it all the time. In fact, we only really fill it up one side. I don't know why. Whoever bought it, I know who bought it. I know who you are. They bought it's like got two reservoirs, and so you only really needed the one. I don't know why we had dual.
That's why it was 2,000.
I think at one point we
in
had
case
like
you wanted to make some Baja Blast.
yeah.
Oh my god, throw some of these in there and see
Yeah.
if it'll slushy.
Be the life of the party. What I'm gonna do?
Can't be this is a slushy. I actually think
Actually,
wouldn't
that
be
could be-
terrible.
that
Wouldn't
could
be
be good,
too
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, but
That's
when you
actually
bring
not a
them in,
bad idea.
everyone's gonna be like, "Why do you have those?" You know what I mean?
Because I'm awesome. I
Not in a
don't-
way of why do you have those. It's gonna be like, how do you have these?
Listen, if you ask me
Smuggled
that,
them.
you're done. Get out.
Tons of cool stuff you can't get in Colorado.
Yeah.
Sonic makes hard seltzers.
Like the brand Sonic
Uh-huh.
drive-through.
Like the drive-through in the Sonic flavors and stuff, like the strawberry limeade and stuff like that. You cannot get them here. You can only get them in Kansas
They
that's the
sell them at the
closest-
grocery store or the liquor store. Or
at the liquor store.
Really?
But they
What?
do not sell them here yet.
Hmm.
You can get them in Arizona. You can get them in Kansas. Those are the closest.
I guess
to
it was
where we
only
are
a
at the
matter of
moment.
time till they did something like that, right? You always see, and I wonder how profitable that is for companies like fast food chains putting frozen meals. You ever go to the grocery store and you see like Arby's sells their curly fries, and then I saw just the other day Moe's Southwestern
Moe's.
Grill
That's what
has-
literally I was about to say.
has their like burrito bowls.
You saw them here?
Yeah.
Interesting, because nobody here knows what Moe's is.
Yeah,
right?
no, because Chipotle owns
Right.
basically the burrito market in Colorado because they were,
I saw
founded here.
Here, yeah.
Rayo's. Is it Rayo's?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. I saw their pizzas at Sprouts the other week.
I tried their lasagna. It was okay. It was okay. You know
Okay.
Rayo's?
No.
They're most known for their pasta sauce. It's like a marinara sauce, and it's like a premium
Nothing.
product. So I think it's like $9 or $10 a bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Something like
who
that.
is spending that on.
Just the
It's
tomato
so
sauce, right? Come
Good.
on.
It's so good. It's the
You know what?
best sauce I've ever had.
Now that you say that, I have heard of it. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever had it,
Okay.
but they make a like garlic and onion like free one to make it like FODMAP, like
Oh, really?
appropriate. Yes.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And a certain friend that we share has to have that.
That's true. It's really good. I really like the sauce, and everybody I've ever talked to swears by it, like as the top dog in the sauce game of pasta sauces. But it's actually it goes all the way back to the early 1900s. They have a brick and mortar Italian restaurant in New York. And it is the oldest Italian restaurant in New York, and the way they operate is by table ownership only. So they have, I think, 12 tables in the restaurant. It's very small, and longtime customers have table rights. So as a local or a celebrity or a rich, exclusive person, you have like X amount of days for your table, and the only way to get and go in as a commoner is to know somebody who has table rights, and they will like say you have Tuesday, October, whatever. The only way to get into that is if you know somebody who has a specific table for that day.
Okay.
And so it's like, quote unquote, the one of the more exclusive spots in the United States to get a meal.
All right.
But I've
I have a
heard,
new bucket list goal.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
So now that we told you that, I have a table.
Yeah. Goes back to the house.
$1,000.
Yeah.
I will trade you a half sip.
Half sip.
Katie, if you leave without drinking that entire thing, I'm offended.
I'm
okay?
sorry. I don't know if I can do
I'm
it.
just kidding.
No, I'm legitimately, that's a new bucket list thing.
Isn't
for
it
me.
cool?
Because I need to, I need
Yeah.
it.
You need
I
this?
need to try it. I need to do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to leverage all of my connections, which to be fair are not tons,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm going to make this happen.
It's like somebody, you got to
I
know
have
somebody
to.
who knows somebody who knows somebody, you
Right.
know?
Just let us know. We'll
if I get a table, are they 4-seat tables, 2-seat tables?
Good point.
What's the what
Yeah,
kind of table is
I
this?
think you can look online. They have like X amount of 6-seaters and X amount of like booths and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's very small.
So if I happen to just like randomly get a table for a day, you
Yeah.
guys are in, right? You're flying to New York
Uh-huh.
with me.
course.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
I totally
just-
would do that. Yeah.
Making sure. How sad would it be if I got a table and like nobody could come,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
nobody
yeah, yeah.
wanted to come, and I'm all by
Sit
myself at
there.
a table, just sitting there like a
Eating lasagna.
total goof.
I have heard from the people who have gone that the food isn't the best Italian meal they've ever had. Like
That's
it's not like
inconsequential.
it doesn't. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's the experience that really makes the food probably taste a little bit
Totally.
better.
Well, it's the exclusivity.
Mhm,
Like
yeah.
that's what I need to know that I'm important.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you can
and
tell
that's
people.
what makes it taste good.
Yeah. You're like, it was because no one else is ever gonna eat there. You're like, it was
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
meal I've
Yeah.
ever had.
What did it taste like? Superior.
Yeah. Tasted like
I'm better
rich.
than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The best Italian that I have ever had is actually in Little Italy in the Bronx.
Really? Okay.
Not like the Little Italy in like Manhattan or whatever. Like
Boston or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
yeah. Okay.
in the Bronx, Little Italy, that's the best.
Okay. Well, what's the name of the spot?
Any spot.
Oh,
I
really?
spent yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. So
I
just
did a
pick
trip
spot.
to New York like a couple years. This was more than a couple years ago at this
Mhm.
point.
Pre-COVID.
Way pre-COVID,
Okay.
like 2017 probably.
Right.
And my whole family, well, not my whole family because my little brother's, poor. So
Shout out to little brother. Fuck you.
he wouldn't be surprised to hear that either.
You poor ass bitch.
You suck.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But my
little brother.
sister and my mom had a trip to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That was one of their bucket
Oh.
list things.
Fair.
So they said, we're going to do it, the whole deal. They got like a fancy ass hotel, like the Hilton on 6th. So they could like look out the window and like see the
Ah.
parade and like the warm weather, the warm insides.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they were like, you and your dad want to come along? I'm not a planner, like a trip planner.
Hmm.
I am like, I get a flight there and generally I'll figure it out. Like if I can generally plan where I'm staying, we're good. Well, we were like, we're going to come. Yeah, we'll be there. And then it got to be like really close to the time they were going. And they were like, we are starting to buy tickets for things. Like, are you coming or not? And we're like,
Yeah.
well, we haven't bought tickets yet. But yeah, we're thinking of coming. And so they gave us a deadline, like a hard deadline, which was like by October 15th at midnight. If you don't have tickets, you're out. So it's like October 15th at like 11:30 p.m. I call my dad and I'm like, so we should buy tickets, yeah?
Yeah.
Like if we're going, we should go.
Nice.
Well, we didn't plan hotel. We didn't get any hotel or anything like that. The best we got was like, well, we're gonna fly into New York and then we're gonna rent like a limo and we're gonna go to New Haven. We'll go to Connecticut because Yale Harvard football game is happening. So we'll just drive up there and then we'll find somebody that can let us stay with them.
Oh
And then
no.
we'll come back and everything worked out just fine. Like we went out to the game. We
Oh.
actually got to see Malia Obama
Oh.
or Sasha Obama. Which one is the oldest one? One of them.
I don't know.
We got to see one of them.
Okay.
And I was like, look at who that is. And everybody's like, I don't know who that is.
Because they go to
Come
Yale
on.
or Harvard?
They go to Yale.
Yale. Okay, gotcha.
I think.
Gotcha.
They went to Yale.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago.
If you're a president's kid and you don't go to an Ivy League,
then what are you doing?
You're
Are you
a
stupid?
failure.
Then you're stupid.
You're a
Yeah.
failure. Yeah.
But we just kind of like couch surfed.
Okay.
So like my dad's like, I've got a friend that has a condo in Manhattan on like, just for fun condo
Wow.
on like the Upper East Side. Like we'll
Okay.
stay there.
I need friends like that.
Sleeping on the floor
Yeah.
at this guy's condo.
Just for
like,
fun condos in Manhattan. Just a casual $6,000
yeah,
a
because
month
his
condo.
his real nice house is in like New Jersey or something,
Okay.
and it's
Ah,
like
yeah, the
in
real
case he
nice
wants to
house.
stay in the city because he got too
Yeah.
drunk and can't drive home or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
What?
I've thought about buying a place downtown just for that. you know.
exactly.
Yeah, and on the Upper East Side, like just for
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But we like stayed there, and then we stayed with like for the guy who let us stay with him in New Haven for the football game was like, I'm going back to my mom's house. You want to come and stay?
Wow.
And so we just like stayed at this person's house in the Bronx. He's like, we're going to Little Italy for dinner. You want to come?
I wish I
Okay.
had nice friends.
Nice.
So this whole trip just like magically worked out perfectly
That's risky.
because
though.
we were just like couch hopping various places.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
My dad carried a pie from place to place with him because he liked it so much and he didn't want to like throw it away at a restaurant or so he would like every day eat another slice of the pie.
Whoa.
You just carry it from
Yeah,
house
in
to
like
house.
in like a plastic bag.
Can he
Nice.
go to Rayo's with us?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
He
cool.
Sounds like the guy we want to hang out with. Yeah.
Seriously, my dad is the guy you want to hang out with.
All right,
He's
fair.
absolutely the best.
What does he do?
He owns a bar and marina, like a boat marina.
A bar at the marina?
Uh-huh. Well, he owns the marina.
And the marina, yeah. So
and then there's a bar on
Wow. In Minnesota?
it in Minnesota on the
Wow.
Mississippi River.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I know.
What's the name of the bar?
Willie's Hidden Harbor. I'll say it again for people
Fuck,
listening in
yeah.
Minnesota. Willie's Hidden Harbor.
Wow.
It looks exactly what you would think
It's
a
like a hole in
small
the wall?
town marina like bar would look like. It's got like purple
It looks
pleather
exactly-
seats. It's
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 got a website and
great.
everything.
It's got like wheel spokes like on the wall. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
great.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Is it good food?
It is pretty good food. They
Yeah?
make great pizzas. It came with some good pizza ovens.
Is a pool table?
He's got 2 pool tables, I
Yeah,
think.
that's actually a dope looking place.
All right, we're going.
We can go.
But
Minnesota
they
in the
have brown.
winter.
They have brown recluse there, so.
They
don't
they
know.
have brown recluse here.
Well, I've
Yeah,
never
they
seen
do.
one, so.
Not yet.
You've confirmed for me that they're there.
Yes, that's true.
How did he come into this place?
Well, he bought it with money.
That is a good explanation. That sounds
Yeah.
legit.
Well, one of his friends wanted to own a bar or a marina, and my dad was like, "Fine, sure, whatever." And so then they like bought it, and then his friend was like, "Just kidding, I don't want to do this anymore." And so my dad like bought him out,
Yeah.
and now we own the whole thing.
Wow.
Does he have a boat too?
He's got dozens
Really?
That are his?
of boats that are his.
Does he just like fix them up and sell them or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what he does. Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, if you get the marina and you own the marina, there's no
Rent.
you don't have to pay to hold it there, right?
That's exactly right.
Mississippi River, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If you're in the market for a boat, Holy Hidden Harbor.
Miles,
Alright.
do you want to go split ski on a boat? I know a guy now.
There's
He's
not.
got dozens of them.
There's a lot of like lakes around here, but there's not enough,
That's true.
to deal with a boat.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
story.
Unless
Boats
you
in
live
Colorado.
on or near, really close to. I mean, you're not too far from like Stanley Lake.
That's true.
That's a
true.
pretty good boat and lake.
Yeah. Well, there's the Dillon Reservoir. I guess you could.
Chatfield.
Well, actually, I don't think you're. Well,
I don't know.
Chatfield has boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one.
But the thing
Cherry
is,
Creek does boats.
boats are just kind of like a money suck, though.
Well,
Unless
yeah,
it-
but
unless
so
you're
are
a dad.
houses. So are cars.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
Anything fun is going to be a money suck.
yeah. Houses aren't fun. What are you talking
Well,
about?
fair enough. I spent all of my money trying to keep it standing.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
So
went to
true.
Peru, and I feel like having a house is actually like pretty fun
Pretty fun. Yeah.
compared to not having one.
That's true. I would say it's fun in its own way. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can have a bar in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're Chase, you can like build really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Not to brag, but I installed my own Ring doorbell yesterday.
Wow.
Oh, dang! You're like
I'm
Smart
next
House now
up.
So you have,
from
a,
all of
Disney
this.
Channel.
you have a camera
Yeah.
on it, and you can like see everyone.
The
outside.
whole thing.
Yeah.
You can record
Yeah.
people now.
Now
I can
you-
record all the
Oh,
people.
so you're gonna get now you have access to neighborhood or
Yes.
na-
I mean, to be
whatever it's
fair, I
called?
did have one.
Oh, you did. Oh.
I did not install it. I had a boy install it
Well,
because I was nervous about screwing stuff into my house.
sure. Yeah.
And so a boy installed it, and then the Ring doorbell broke, and so I got a replacement. And so then I installed the replacement because I felt a little bit more handy with a screwdriver or a drill.
And
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the holes were already there, so
Yeah, the holes were
Yes.
already there.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Miles is trying to belittle
Do
your
not
involvement. in
take
this
away
whole
this
project.
accomplishment.
He's like, well, most of the work's already been done, so you fucking didn't do shit.
Figure out what
I'm
you
sorry, but
actually
who
did.
has a house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shade. Shade.
Yeah.
I'm
Our,
damn proud of it. I'm a single woman who owns her own house in the Denver metro. That's
Yeah,
pretty baller.
It is pretty baller.
It's pretty
Good
badass.
for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, especially well now that interest rates are so crazy. I saw that now they're like 6% or something like that.
yeah.
Like
I think
good
they've had like
Lord.
the lowest home sales recently in like in a while, in like recent
Yeah.
history. Yeah. So don't sell your house right now because
Well,
good
our
time.
friend Joe just got under contract on his place.
He's selling it?
He's selling his house. He's moving in with Christina, his girlfriend.
okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So there, people are still buying.
they
People
are
Yeah.
still buying.
buying.
Well, because you can
Yeah,
always
totally.
refinance. That's what I hear. Is
Yeah.
you can always refinance.
Well, Dave Ramsey says you can do that.
Dave Ramsey
Yeah,
is
Wrong.
dick.
piece of work.
I just want to say he was wrong because
Fuck you, Dave.
because he came out with a podcast or whatever his video cast at the height of the housing market and was like, buy a house because next year it won't be cheaper. It's going to be more expensive. May not go up as much as it's going now, but it will be more expensive. And it's not more expensive. Just
Yeah.
want to point that out. He was wrong.
Yeah, Dave Ramsey,
I
if you're
hate him.
watching or listening, fuck you,
That's
bitch.
our second fuck you of the
Yeah.
He
day.
could have been right, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, I think he probably is generally right. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's probably a bit of an anomaly or whatever, that house area or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
my neighborhood, because I'm a normal person. I was gonna say I'm a psycho, but I think everybody does this. Is you see a house on the market and that just sold, and you immediately go to Zillow to see like what it is. Or your friend goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just bought a house."
Yeah.
You go, "Oh, where?"
Yeah, yeah.
You get the address. You
Let me,
immediately type it in. And you see how
skip
much
it.
they paid for it.
You're like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
made
yeah.
$900,000 for that.
Yeah, like, what the
Immediately.
fuck?
And so like some of the houses in my neighborhood are like on the market for like $700,000.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
same.
how?
Yeah,
How are you getting that?
and people
It
are
is
buying.
a tiny house. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
When did you buy your house?
I bought it almost a year ago, October 19th of 2021.
Wow, and you
So
bought
the
like
the height of the buy a house.
Yes.
Yeah. Not the highest point though.
No, certainly not the highest point.
No.
Yeah, I think
No.
earlier this year was probably not too long
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like 4 months ago was
Yeah.
probably.
And you've done a little bit of work to your place, right?
I've done, yes.
Because it was kind
I've
of
done
an
a little bit
older
of work, but
house.
a lot of money's worth of work.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing they don't tell you when you buy a house. Like,
Yeah.
sign on the dotted line. Also, you need to fix this bitch up.
Well, my house, I didn't actually, it was way more work than I expected. Well, than I anticipated or wanted. Like, I was looking for a house that was like, you just need to like paint some things and maybe like upgrade a couple things, like no big deal. Not like turnkey, but like stuff that I could easily do myself. Well, this house it basically needs to be torn down to the studs and rebuilt. It's such a, I mean, it doesn't probably need to, but like they've moved the staircase and it's a weird place. And, it just kind of is it's just odd.
I didn't know you
Yeah.
could move a staircase.
Yeah, you know.
just cut a hole in the floor and add some stairs.
Who
and-
needs permitting?
Like,
Fuck
why?
it. Wait, how when was your house built?
58 or 59.
Yeah, so she's got some bones.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a 1-story, you
Mhm.
know, red brick house. It's fucking cute.
The one thing I really like about your house is that big old tree in the front.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for trees. I don't have any. I have one. She's a little skinny out front, and I wish I had more because there's something so charming about having those big trees that just kind of like, you know, they're provides tons of shade, and I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of that in Parker, unfortunately. Some
Well,
places
because
in
it's
Parker
like
you do, but-
newer, right? Like,
yeah, but also it's like on the east side of Colorado or Denver,
It's all
so
desert.
yeah, it's
flatland,
mostly just
plains.
what do they call open space type.
This was all farms before.
Yeah,
Like,
farms.
all the farms
and-
around here, they're still developing. Like
Yeah,
there was just another one over in Centennial that I drive by to go to the rock gym,
Mm.
and I would see cows there like every day. And then like sometime last year, cows were gone,
Yeah.
and the field was being plowed.
you're like, all right, new.
Yeah,
You know who really liked cows? The Queen.
I don't believe in
R.I.P.
monarchy.
R.I.p. the Queen. Pour one
How
out
long
for
were
the
you
Queen.
waiting to work that into a conversation?
I don't know.
He has it on his
A
list.
long time.
Actually, I was
Bring up the
watching
Queen.
TikTok today, and I saw a clip of her, and they were at this like show, and they brought out the cows, and like her face lit up because she was like super like stoked that the cows were here. And it was kind of funny. I don't
Huh.
know.
So was she a vegetarian?
No, she slaughtered them right after.
Yeah.
She was
excited
hungry.
'cause that was dinner.
Yeah, yeah. She was like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Dinner's here."
But she loved her corgis. She had
That's
something
true.
like 22 corgis over her
Yeah.
life. Something
yeah.
astronomical like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
She had like 7 at any given time.
That's crazy.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
Suppose if you don't actually have to like train them or
Take care
feed
of
them
them,
or take care of them, like why not?
Just,
I'd have 70 dogs if I didn't have to
Right.
do anything
Do you think
with
those
them.
corgis actually liked her?
Probably. She probably gave them treats and stuff.
She probably had butterscotch
Sorry, they're so
candies in
fat.
her pocket all the time. She just whip one out and get them.
Some Werther's originals.
Yeah. Every old lady has
To be fair, those are
those.
bomb candy.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
I like
They're good.
them.
Yeah.
Old lady gives me a Werther's, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Hands
Thank
down.
you. I'm not even questioning. Look,
Well,
I'll
those
take
are a
that
butter
candy.
toffee. Technically, they're not a butterscotch.
Oh, really?
Mm,
Yeah,
toffee.
they're different.
Oh,
What is scotch?
butterscotch.
I don't know what. I mean, I know that there's like they're clearer. They're not they're not exactly the same. Like the butterscotch are the ones that you get from like Brock's. That you like used to steal individual ones from the candy from like the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
those are
I
butterscotches
mean, we never did
versus
that.
like the butter
Yeah,
toffees.
That is-
I
was a
totally
good
did
kid.
it. I'm admitting it. I've done it.
Actually, I do have memories of stealing candy from the grocery store and getting caught.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Publix?
Yeah. Somewhere
Public
like that.
shaming?
Yeah. Did they have
Ring on a bell.
did,
Ding,
did
ding.
they have Publix supermarkets in Minnesota?
No. I think it's a
No.
Florida
What do you mean
thing.
public supermarkets?
No,
They're all
it's
over
called
the public.
Publix with an X.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we did not.
Okay.
have
Yeah,
Publix.
that's so weird. I didn't even think about that. Public supermarkets.
Yeah. She thought we were saying public.
Like, yeah,
Public
yes,
shaming.
Minnesota is much more liberal
Yeah,
than
Game of Thrones.
than
Just walk
Florida.
naked down the grocery, like the frozen aisle. Just people throwing tomatoes at me.
Yeah, I think they actually at one point had little signs that would say that these are not like no samples or whatever
Oh, yeah.
on the candy.
I'm sure that they did.
I was
But-
in the airport this past weekend in Atlanta, and they had a little candy store there, and they actually said free samples on the little candy bucket things. So I
Oh.
was like, how many, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they said samples plural.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, not free sample.
Right.
Yeah.
So I filled a bag and I left the
I mean, how are you gonna argue with that,
Right.
right? Like, hey, you said free sample. You didn't say how big or how many.
Mhm.
I'll bring you to court over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you'd have a case there.
Yeah, probably.
You'd be a dick, but I
Take
think you'd
all
have a
that.
case.
Yeah.
It's like $10 worth of candy.
What are the popular grocery stores in Minnesota?
Well, one of them is Aldi's,
Okay.
which we do not have in Colorado. But
No.
don't you fret, people. I have submitted plenty of Will you please come?
They're a German company, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say they're owned by Trader Joe's now. Maybe.
That would make
Maybe
sense.
not.
Yeah.
But they're like a discount chain. They're like the one where you put the quarter in. You've seen it on TikTok. You put the quarter in and you get the cart.
Yeah.
And
I've
then everything is, generic
Yeah.
brand. But they've got the best meat, the best dairy, like some of the best frozen foods and stuff. It's
like in quality or price?
in both.
Okay.
So hot tip is that like Aldi, this kind of goes back to the how much does it cost like brands to like have their own brand in a supermarket. None of those brands are making their own whatever it is. So like I worked at a dairy plant, so we made milk for years in Minnesota. And the milk would go, it all come from the same farms, like it's all the same milk and it get processed the same way. And then it's like you just run the milk until you're like, 1,000 gallons, that's all I need for this brand. Swap out a new label.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Yeah.
there goes the Aldi's brand milk. And then, that stops. There goes Target brand milk. So it is literally all coming from quite oftentimes the same batch.
It's like with chicken too, right?
It's
A lot
with
of meats.
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
thing. Ice cream. It's
Alcohol. Even like
Yeah.
like the famous case is the Grey Goose and Kirkland brand. It's like
Yep.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Costco milk in
Uh-huh.
Minnesota was made by our plants. So I'd go there and I'd look and I'd be like, oh, geez, 521 or whatever. That's my plant.
Huh. So you were filling up jugs of milk? Is that where your job was?
I
What
wasn't.
did you
No,
do?
I worked in HR
Oh,
for the plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I worked in
gotcha.
I
HR.
thought this is like in high school or something.
Yeah.
No, this was right before I moved here.
No
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then your next job was what?
Dish.
Dish.
Dish Network.
Ah, yes, the leader in 5G, folks.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
Well, if you really get down to the nitty gritty, sure, why not?
So talk to me about the difference between the people who worked at Dish and the people who worked at the dairy farm.
Well, to be clear, it wasn't a dairy farm.
Well,
It was
okay,
a dairy
well, no,
manufacturing
dairy-
plant and distribution center.
Dairy.
So you didn't
yeah.
have cows?
No.
No.
So those big like milk tankers, they'd come in all day, every day, and they would just guzzle their milk from the
Was it raw
from
milk?
the tanker. Yep, raw milk.
I've never had raw milk. Is that good?
I mean,
have
you're
you
not
ever had it?
supposed to drink it because it's
but-
unpasteurized.
Yeah, but it's like
What?
fine, right?
It's unhealthy or what?
It's not that it's unhealthy. It's probably works. I mean, it's
It's got a lot of
It's
fat
like
in it.
it
It's
works out to be about like kind of like a half and half, I guess. It depends.
Oh.
I mean, it separates itself a little bit, but that's like how you get the 1%, 2%, like fat-free 1%,
Yeah.
2% whole milk. Well, it's actually more like whole milk now that I think about it. That's why it's called whole milk, folks.
Don't. The only
so
way I
you-
drink milk, by the way,
Is whole milk?
is whole milk.
It's the best for like
Yeah.
coffee lattes.
Mhm.
You got to do the whole
I
milk.
No.
would never drink any. We grew up having to drink skim milk,
Yeah.
and it is
Water.
basically
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
With a little
milky,
bit of
milky
milk.
water. Yeah.
and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
I remember
Yeah.
one of the first times ever having like a glass of whole milk. I was like, how does this milk taste so good?
Yeah. It's
Right
so
now.
delicious. It's like the nectar. of
Because
the
it's
gods.
all of the fat is
Cold and
back.
creamy.
Love it.
So when I see something that says it's ultra pasteurized, what does that mean?
It means that it has been either doubly pasteurized or pasteurized at like a higher temperature. It doesn't mean anything for any good reason. It's one of those like buzzwords.
Oh, okay. Like all natural.
Yeah.
Or like.
It just means like, hey, we like double checked and made sure that this got pasteurized
Yeah.
properly. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
well, like the FDA makes sure it does too
Yeah.
for any other milk.
So what are the risks? I wonder. And I don't know if anybody here has knowledge of this, but of drinking raw milk, because I heard it's like, in terms of like health or like nutrition, it's the best way, or the healthiest option of the milks is drinking raw milk. It's just that it can grow bacteria.
Yeah, that's what the pasteurization is. It kills all of the germs and all of the
Right.
bacteria because, I mean, the raw milk is coming out of an animal.
Yeah.
And it's coming out of an animal that has just laid its udders on dirt and other cows' poop.
That sounds good.
It
For
sounds
your immune system.
amazing.
You ever like you drive
I
past
want to
a
drink.
cow,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, he's so cute, and then you like drive behind him. There's like shit all over
Yeah.
his leg.
Yeah. Who's the first guy that found out that he could drink stuff? It was
That I don't
probably a
know.
pervy guy, right?
Probably.
Yeah. He's like, let me get some of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Yes. Okay. So it kills all the germs, yada yada. But it probably also, in the process, kills a lot of like
Fat.
good things for you, right? Too. I don't know.
Well, what do you mean by good things?
I
for
don't know.
you?
Like for instance, maybe I can put it in this way, like drinking distilled water versus mineral water. When you distill water, it gets rid of the minerals. So when you drink distilled water, it actually pulls minerals out of your body. But when you drink mineral water, it actually replenishes minerals, like healthy minerals in your body.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if it's in the same, being a metaphor, obviously, like if it's the same thing where you're taking away some of the good with the bad.
Maybe, but that's why it's like the only thing that's really in it that is beneficial for us is like things like vitamin A and vitamin D.
Yeah.
And those get put back in.
Oh.
Like that's where you see like
Yeah, but-
fortified with vitamin D. You'll see it on literally every milk.
They put it back in.
Yeah.
Isn't that the like kind of
And
it's
part
not
of it is-
natural,
Well,
so it could
but part
it
of
can't
it
be
is
as good.
vitamin D and vitamin A are like toxic if you get too much of them. And you can't control how much is in it if it's raw. And so in theory, you could be overdosing yourself on vitamin A. And those can actually be really
It's like, bro,
lethal.
you got a problem. You need to stop
OverD on
guzzling
A.
that raw milk, dude. We're really worried about you. You're turning colors. It's
I
weird.
feel like I drink a lot of milk, and now I'm worried.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
you've got appropriate. I mean, to be fair, technically you could overdose if you drank like a gallon of milk in
How
like
often?
a sitting, like one sitting.
I don't think so. I think I'm
And
calling bullshit. On
What
that.
about peanut butter? That too?
I think too much of anything can probably not be good for you, Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just settle it on that.
Yeah.
Too many eggs.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So you hung your hat at the dairy plant
Yes.
and came out to Colorado
that's
for
exactly
Dish.
what happened.
the
Well,
leader in
not
5G.
for Dish. I just came
Oh.
out to Colorado.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't have a job lined up?
No, I didn't have a job. I didn't have an apartment.
Why did you come out here?
For fun.
That's a good reason.
How far
That's
is
fair enough.
how far is Minnesota? Because you were in Minnesota before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
you grew
how,
up there.
how far is
I grew
that?
up there.
Like drive from here?
It's like a 12 and a half hour, 12-hour drive. Depends on how fast you're going, but about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shitty drive. Don't get me wrong. I
Oh.
don't love doing it ever.
Anything east of Colorado is a shitty drive.
Yeah.
We've
And
all
it's
done
just
it.
long. It's
Yeah.
12 hours.
It sucks.
It's,
It sucks.
it's a hard drive. And it's basically one highway. You get on 76
Mhm.
and you drive it all the way to Iowa. And then you take a left and you drive that all the way to Minnesota.
Um,
I feel like Iowa is like that shitty. It's like the drive over state from Minnesota to Colorado.
hey, there's nice stuff there.
All right,
Like
calm
what?
down. Yeah.
Have you ever
On
had
the spot.
chicha?
Shut the fuck up. I've been there. It's not great.
I lived in downtown Des Moines for 3 months, 6 months, 3 months.
So you loved
3
it.
months.
You wanted to stay.
And it was very nice downtown.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's a decent sized town. I'm
They
sure
had a
in the
Burger
city
King.
it's fine.
I mean, it is the capital. It must have some kind of.
It was really
Claim to
weird.
fame.
It's one of those cities that it's like people only work there, so everything closes after 2 or 3
Oh,
o'clock,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's very
Gotcha.
quiet.
That
But it was super clean. There was like
Because
one.
nobody was there for
was like
12,
one homeless
14
person.
hours out of the day.
That's true.
Nobody wants to be there. They just
It's
want to
very
leave
clean
when they
because they've
have
got
to.
I s-
2/3 of the day
I
with nobody
swear-
there.
I swear this happened. I had the cable guy. I lived in an apartment downtown. This cable guy came to hook up my cable, and he was literally like, "Why did you come here?" Like he asked me why I came. He's like, "There's nothing to do here." was like, well, my job.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, but no, it was fine. Wouldn't recommend going outside of downtown though.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Cedar Rapids. You know, just
That's in New Mexico, right?
Cedar Rapids. Yeah.
It's a water park, isn't it?
It sounds like it.
That was a good one.
That was good. Might as well. I think if they had a water park, it would be probably still shitty. There's no redeeming factor.
Yeah.
Sorry, all you guys from Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, you've lost.
I think
the one person from Cedar Rapids.
I think the
They probably know.
The University of Iowa, I think, is right outside of Cedar Rapids.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's why.
I think so. Iowa
there's-
State
it
is in
exists.
Iowa City, I think.
Isn't it crazy that some places just exist because they have like one thing there that
Mhm.
upholds it, like the University of Iowa? You got to wonder, like, well, that's like
Well, it
some
brings
of
like
those.
50,000 people there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which made me curious about why. Like why? Because it's probably a lot of out-of-staters, right?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
Well,
just,
I
it's
guess
just
it
all
depends.
the young people in Iowa go to those
in
The
the
universities.
whole
show-
football team, I'm sure, is out of state.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Yeah. I don't know. Like they probably have a good writing program, according to Riverdale on CW.
Is that where that's at?
What?
Iowa?
No.
Oh.
But one of the characters got accepted to Iowa as in the
Do you think they paid for a sponsorship?
Yeah, right.
probably. They're please come. We're underfunded.
Just
I bet
recover
they're-
a writing program. It's fine. I bet they have a
Probably,
good
yeah.
agriculture
It's
program.
probably a hoot.
I bet you it does.
Yeah, I bet you.
That would
They
make
do.
sense.
That's the main economic thing there, right?
Yeah.
Like in Colorado, it's the airport.
Is
You know
it?
that? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The highest economic output and job. I think it's like a 3 billion or 15 billion industries. Denver International.
Is that so
Airport.
they can justify all of the like bunkers that are apparently underneath
Yeah. That's the
it?
that's
They're
the-
saying it.
that's the black budget operation.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody knows about that. Shh.
Except for me now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This seems like too much money for the state of the airport.
If the airport goes out of
You know
business,
what I mean?
Colorado is fucked. All they got now is Dish. You know?
No, I mean, like,
And their 5G
Yeah, their
program.
5G network.
why is it always under construction?
All right.
Why can't they fix it faster?
I was
That's
actually.
a good point.
It's so slow.
This is something I wanted to get into in another podcast, but I'll
Tease
get
it. Just
I'll
give
just
us
get
a
it.
little
I'll just tease
teaser.
it. Okay. All right. So you know how like you got T-Mobile and Verizon and AT&T. They're like, oh, America's largest 5G network. Let me just break it down to the good people of the world here. You don't actually have 5G. Sorry to disappoint you.
Is this about the airport or about
Yeah, I
Dish
know.
Network?
About everywhere. 5G doesn't really exist yet.
I was really
Correct.
excited because I thought I
It
was going
doesn't.
get an answer.
Yeah, I thought I was
exists
gonna
yet.
get some real like
People
Illuminati shit.
I
people
know.
think that like when you got that little 5G indicator with the full bars, like suddenly like 2 years ago they switched over from saying 4G to 5G. You don't actually have 5G.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, let me lay down a statistic for everybody. The FCC made a goal for people who are building 5G networks that they expect. This is a goal, by the way, that 25% of the cell networks in the United States will be 5G by 2025.
Right.
By
I know this.
2025.
I worked at Dish.
That means we don't even have close to 25% coverage in the United States of 5G. We actually probably don't even have close to 15%. So America's largest 5G network is like saying I have, I don't know, 2 pandas, and it's like the most pandas anybody has in the world. It doesn't mean shit. You don't like it. Most of your cell networks are still 4G. So anyway, that was my little rant.
That was a great rant. I'm
Thank
not
you.
totally clear on the panda reference, but we'll look
Right.
past that.
Well, like
this was a teaser again.
by saying you have the largest 5G network doesn't really mean anything when you still
when you don't, nobody has
have
a 5G,
network. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said that like 5% of the network is 5G.
I would
Probably,
probably
if
say
that,
that's
yeah.
So technically,
conservative.
somebody has the largest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Technically, somebody does.
Yeah, somebody does. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I think you were saying, like with the pandas. Like if you
But they
had,
all
if you
kind
had
of
two
say that they
pandas-
have the largest 5G network or the best coverage, and it's like,
That doesn't
okay,
mean
well,
anything,
what
though.
cover? Like, it depends.
Yeah.
right.
Like,
That's the thing when they want you to switch to their service. I'm always like, I need to try it first, right? I'm like, if I don't know someone who has the service in
Yeah.
that city that I'm moving to or what I have to be in, then I wouldn't switch to that cell provider because how like you can literally have T-Mobile or Verizon and go to a city or a suburb and it be absolute shit.
Yeah.
And the other provider is great.
Well, they give
It's
you
a hit
those
or miss.
coverage maps if you go
Yeah.
on there, and
which are the whole United
Yeah.
States.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you block to block.
doesn't mean
Yeah, you
anything.
zoom in and it's like it goes from like dark purple, like that's great. You zoom in and all of a sudden it gets spotty. There's a bunch
Uh-huh.
of what? Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I remember living in my last apartment, and I had Verizon at the time, and I had maybe less than one bar, and so I called. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, the coverage map shows that there's 4 bars of service." I'm like,
Are you looking at a PDF or what?
"Hold on, I got half of that. Sorry, you broke out." Like, I was like, "Sorry, that's not. It's just not true." And so they end up actually, if you call and you have bad service, they will send you like an extender for free. It's like plugs into your Ethernet. It like basically is like call over Wi-Fi. So it'll,
Yeah, but now with Wi-Fi calling, you don't really need that.
yeah, and also like
Assuming you have good Wi-Fi.
assuming that your Wi-Fi is good.
True.
Yeah, which if it's not, then what are you doing these days, right?
Well,
That's
I
true.
have Starry internet, so
You have what?
Starry internet.
Starry?
Uh-huh.
Never even heard of it.
Exactly.
yeah, bad.
Super secret government.
Yeah.
top-
Illuminati.
So tell me about the
I just
Denver
wanted to
International
get back
Airport.
to the airport. Yeah. I'm trying to bring this back. So does that explain why they're putting 5G in the airport? That's
Yeah, you didn't touch on that. See, he's intentionally hiding
Yeah.
things from
Yeah,
us.
Oh no.
because it annoys
He works
me.
at the airport. He's part of it.
This is the worst part. So when you first off, you have to take the monorail. Like
You don't have to. You can walk.
no, if you're going to B or C, you have to take the monorail.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
To A, you can.
I fly Delta. Sorry
Yeah.
to you poor people.
Concourse A.
I fly Singapore.
Yeah.
Domestically. I
Uh,
have my own plane.
Domestically.
Quadar.
Strap on a couple wings
Emirates.
and we're good.
This is the problem. So you take the monorail and
It's not a monorail, first off.
train, whatever.
Yep.
You take the train, and when you get out, you have to go up the escalators. There's 2 sides you can go up, right? So if you're getting on the train, it's smart to get on one side or the other of the train. That
Yeah.
way, when you get off the train, you can quickly go up the escalators. You don't have to wait behind everyone else getting on them.
Yeah.
They have been reconstructing the
Yeah.
escalators
Yeah.
for like 2 years
Yeah.
for some reason.
Supply chain.
And they'll do like one, which makes sense. You can't do both at the same time, and then they'll switch to the other on both sides because there's two trains on both sides. Only one of them runs at a time, but they switch it, and then I can never remember which one it is. And I swear to God, every time I'm on the opposite end of the train, and it takes me like 5 minutes to get up the escalator.
Here's what they do is they go, okay, so he's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
Switch the barriers.
Switch it.
Switch it.
Yeah.
And we're walking to the person at,
Don't you want really
at the
nice
port
escalators,
gate
Miles?
C.
They were nice before.
No,
Well,
they're
not
nicer
nice.
now.
No, they're not. Because what they should do is do like large escalator. First of all, starting them in the
Yes.
middle and going to the outsides is stupid.
Yeah.
They should start them on the outsides, try and like break up the traffic a little bit, and then do big escalator up the middle. Just one big one. Because
Well, the problem with that is when you're waiting for the train, everybody's convening in the middle. So you want to push people outwards so the people inwards can get on the train.
Wait, what do you mean push people outward?
What are you saying? You want the escalators to go up through the middle, right?
The upper ones, because they do like the U shape.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, that's fair.
So they have to like U shape, like they're just.
Yeah.
I feel like they're. I mean,
You want one. You want
the middle,
one
but
long
like,
one. Is that what you're saying? To
at
go
the
up?
at the very least, they should have one large, one, maybe
Just a giant one.
two big
Just
large,
a double decker?
Like the highway, how
Like a
they
double
always just
wide?
add another lane. Yeah,
Yeah,
double wide. It's
yeah,
like
Yeah,
so
they should, because think about it. You could get somebody in the middle. If you could just do one big one, you would get 3 people wide versus right now it's just one per, because
One
you
man.
haven't, you got your little suitcase and nobody
Yeah,
can walk by you.
No one's gonna walk because like who's gonna carry their suitcase up the escalator, right?
Okay, I do that.
Well, if you have
I
a
carry
small
it down,
suitcase,
I'm queen of the light packers, so I can do a travel like
fair.
a carry on.
appreciate
and stuff.
it.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Yeah.
I do that as well when I travel alone. It's so easy, right?
I travel. Yes, I travel with just a carry-on all the time. I would have traveled with a carry-on even just like when I went to Europe, but AV ruined it for me. She said, "Well, you get also a checked bag, and I need that room."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean? You
Well,
need
she's
that
got to
room?
bring her pillow.
And so
Yeah.
so she like
Her My Pillow.
filled half of the travel, like not the carry-on, but she filled more than half of the checked bag, and then I had to carry it the whole time because it was my luggage.
Oh Jesus.
Nice.
You're lucky I'm strong.
Yeah.
So I'm like in London walking up and down, the subway
Oh, Jesus.
stairs, carrying 2 things with people looking at me like I'm like, it's this one over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You should have made her carry it. I'm just saying.
I should have,
Yeah.
but I'm a nice person and didn't do that.
When the airport first opened in 1996, they had this $1 billion innovative baggage system. And they brought in a German engineering company, to design the whole thing. It was like the state of the art. Like it was gonna take your bag from one concourse and jettison it over to the terminal at the baggage claim, untouched by man, no carts needed. And they were really excited. It was this big ordeal, and made a big press about it. And it's all in the tunnels underneath. And so they turned it on, they started testing it, and it was like chewing up bags and just like not going well. And a couple weeks later, they completely pulled the plug on the entire thing. This like $1 billion baggage system just completely scrapped. And when I started working there like 8 years ago, they told me that. And I was if you're badged and you're an employee and you like have special access like I do, you can go in tunnels and take like golf carts and stuff.
Ooh.
And it's kind of creepy because you go under there and the baggage system in the tunnel is above, and it looks like this big like train cart roller coaster system, and it's like creepy because it's completely abandoned. It's like covered in dust and all
No
this.
way?
Yeah, they just completely just like turned it off and walked away from it.
What?
Yeah.
That can't be good for the allergies. Like,
Yeah.
imagine the vents pumping that dust through
Yeah.
the airport.
Yeah, so it's like, and if you like go into because Denver International Airport is like, we all know, is like well known for conspiracy theories and stuff, and that's part of what kicked off some of the craziness of like
Yeah.
the secrecy of it. And so yeah, it's still there. It's just like
Yeah, don't tell me those
rusting
aren't being
underneath.
repurposed for something else.
Yeah, for
For
the
super
new
secret
world
level.
order, obviously.
Yeah.
That I'm not a part of.
So
in
what do
any
they
way,
use
shape, or
now?
form.
You protest too much.
They use like a combination of a new carrier system and a bunch of carts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's incredibly fast. Like you'll get through, get off
and your
the
bag's like
train,
already
it's
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
You're like, how? How did that
Yeah,
happen?
but let's be honest, guys.
'Cause
When you
you're
get
in
off your
the-
plane, how long does it fucking take to walk from the gate to the terminal?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a long fucking time.
Right, exactly.
It's like it's a couple miles.
but the bag has to go like the same distance.
Yeah,
you know?
but you know, yeah.
They're driving it.
They're driving
You're
it,
walking.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're walking on those super slick fast moving like
Yeah.
what are those
Uh-huh.
stairway? Like what are
Moving
those things?
walkways.
Moving
Yeah,
walkways.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes it's impressive. I'm like, it's here already because so I've been to like tiny little regional airports and it takes longer.
Yeah.
Well, because
And
they got like one guy named Bob.
Yeah,
who's doing
exactly.
it.
Taking the bags out. Yeah.
He's like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, it's my smoke
Idiot.
break.
Yeah.
Occasionally, like I've been there where I've waited at the baggage claim for a half hour for my bag, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That just
Yeah.
means that they're not even taking the bags off yet.
It's been a while since I've actually had to wait long for my
Yeah,
bags.
same.
They've actually got it down to a T now out there. It's
Usually, I
impressive.
have to wait longer to get the bridge guy to come bring it out.
Yeah.
To get off the plane than to wait for.
That's
my
the
bag.
thing now is like if I have the option to check my bag and I know I'm coming back through Denver. Well, obviously I always come back through Denver because I live here, but I will. Like when I fly United, usually you have to pay for a check bag, but I have like the status with them, and so you get one free check bag. And so I'll just check it. I'll just be like, yeah, check. And because I know when I get off the plane and I go to bed, it's going to be there. And sure enough, like it's really quick. It's really fast.
Yeah. You know, one thing I learned is usually if you have an oversized carry-on bag,
They'll check it
they
for
don't actually
free.
fit it. Yeah, they'll check it for free because they always have too many
That's true.
carry-ons.
That's true.
So
yeah.
Next time you need a bag, just get a bigger one.
You know what the biggest revenue generator at the airport is?
Overweight luggage.
Water.
No, because that's an airline thing.
Oh, okay.
But the actual airport.
Airport.
Yeah, what do you think their big moneymaker is?
I don't know.
It's parking.
Pizza. Hut
Oh
pizza?
well,
okay.
yeah, that makes
Parking.
sense because it's so dang
It's so
expensive.
expensive.
Millions of dollars in revenue come from
Yeah.
But
parking.
I don't think they can reduce the price because it's almost always full.
Yeah.
Whenever I go there,
always
there's
is.
always like a little bit of parking way out. Sometimes you get lucky, you get a close one.
Isn't it crazy how there's just a few left
No,
for
it
you?
makes me every time I get anxiety when I go there because I'm like, this is gonna be the time that like I'm gonna have to park in the garage and pay $30 a day or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
See, or you could do what I do, which is like park in one of the outside, like go.
Nobody got time for that.
You
for
gotta
me.
take a bus.
Well, yeah, but you're driving there anyways. It's gonna get you there. It's truthfully for me, it's been like an extra 10 minutes
Listen.
at most. But I love if I walk up to that gate and they say now boarding. God, that is perfect. That is
Yeah.
my sweet spot.
Yeah.
I want just enough time to get there, grab something if I need it, go to the bathroom, and still, just there we go. That's all
Eat
I
at one of
need.
the concessions.
I
'cause-
am not I'm not the person that is going to sit there for I'll have a leisurely drink. I'll have a beer. I'll have some food. No.
Yeah. That's a weird.
That's going to make me feel uncomfortable
It's
on the
not
flight.
weird. It's not weird. You should do it. Everybody should do it. It's a
I
great
just don't
thing.
I just don't
to experience it. Sure, if you have a layover, but not if you're like, I'm just
I'm
gonna
just
get to
joshing.
the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It pays my paycheck, so I'm just have
Oh,
to
yeah,
advertise
right.
it.
No, those places are there for a reason. Like layovers.
Yeah,
People,
yeah.
people. If you don't have pre-check, you have to get there a little earlier
Yeah,
because the line
Do you have
could
pre-check?
be variable.
I do.
it's the move. It's the
Just-
move.
Right on
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, except I just went to Nashville this week, and they made me take my laptop out.
Really?
What?
Stuck. I guess I got in the wrong line.
Well, that's on you, man. How?
Yeah. What do you mean how?
There's, like, huge
good
signs.
question. How?
There's huge signs. It's like pre-check
That's-
here.
I have my ways of skipping lines.
Oh yeah, because he has. Blah. Anyway, I
Parking.
Suspense.
yeah.
Parking is the number one revenue
I
generator.
think that I usually park. What I should have done. I just went on a trip where I was gone for 13 days, and so parking at the normal parking lots that's just way too expensive. You could Uber to the airport cheaper.
It's like $17 a day.
Yeah.
Economy.
What I should have done is done one of the off lots because it's so much cheaper that it would have been okay. It probably
Yeah.
would have equaled out to the amount of an Uber because sometimes an Uber for me can be $80 to get to the airport or back.
How much was it?
So the way there ended up costing me $100 because halfway there we realized we forgot some things. at
Oh
home.
no! You had to go back to. How does that work?
Where were you flying that
Did
you
you have
couldn't have just bought a new thing?
to Peru,
Yeah.
Well,
and it was like toiletries and some clothing. That
So were you like,
Sarah
hey,
got
Uber guy or gal?
we were like halfway there, and
sucks.
yeah, I just said, hey, we need to go back. How do we do that? So I had to just add a stop back at my house.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I-
then
It was probably like 60 bucks to go
Yeah.
there and then to go home and then go back again. It ended up being a little over 100.
Fucking A.
But the way home was only like 55.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Uber
Actually,
driver told me he only got 26 of that.
of the 55.
Yeah.
See, sometimes I think like I'll
Are you
do Uber
kidding
just on
me?
like these off times,
Yeah.
and then I think, why would I do that? Except for like
Right.
with it when it snows. Man, I think I could be an Uber driver just for when it snows.
Yeah. 'Cause
God,
you'll
I
make a
think
ton.
I'd rake the money in,
You would
and
make a killing.
yeah, and because I know how to drive in the snow, so I'm like,
Yeah, and surge rates. Although I don't know how that works if you bank off surge rates or anything.
Right.
I think you do,
$25?
'cause that's why people have said I'm only gonna drive when it's a surge price.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, how does that work? Because if Uber says, hey, we take 40% of your fee or whatever, right?
That's incredible.
Right. He said that they keep increasing it, like how much they take from, and it also depends too. Like how much they take depends on what route it is and where it's at and what time of day, all
That's
this
so
kinds
stupid.
of stuff.
That's why nobody wants to
Jeez.
drive for him anymore. But
Mhm.
they got to make it profitable, right?
Yeah,
Or they got
and I
to.
think
They're
they've
operating in
recently-
the red for so long.
They've recently just turned into the black.
Really?
Yeah. For the first time in a long time,
So now
Uber,
they gotta start
Uber
paying
actually
back.
turned a profit. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, we all can keep our jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It wasn't because of like electrical vehicle credits, was it?
Yeah, maybe it could be.
Like we bought a bunch of Teslas.
I did something stupid, and when I came back this week, wasn't driving my Tesla. I was driving Janie's car, which is a Ford Fusion. So it's a legacy vehicle. Anyway, I had the keys in my bag, and when you walk up to the car,
You did it again.
I did it again. I opened up the trunk, put my bags in the car, closed the trunk. This car is so freaking stupid. It doesn't like when you unlock usually in a normal car, when you open up the trunk with your keys, it unlocks the trunk and it doesn't relock.
Yeah.
So when I close it, it relocks.
What?
Yeah. So I'm sitting there and I'm on the phone with Janie, of course, and I'm like, motherfucker. I'm so pissed. So now I gotta figure out how to. I have a spare key at home, but it's a $70 Uber to get home,
Jeez.
or I can call a locksmith. So I called the locksmith.
Is she not home?
No, she was in Buena Vista. Yeah, and so I call a locksmith. They're 25 minutes out. The first guy I called was like, I can get there for another 3 hours. I'm like, well, you're all right. You're not coming then. So I called another locksmith. They come out, and this is how they get you. They're like, yeah, it's going to be $29 for the technician to come out there. And then they don't tell you how much it's going to be to unlock the car. Because they're like, depending on what kind of car you have, they have to do different things. So they come out. The guy comes out there in like 25 minutes. Great. Perfect. And he like takes a look at the car. He's like, okay, cool. It's going to be $400 to unlock your car.
Why? What?
The
is he
dude was trying to
doing?
rip me off, and I know that because when I called the first company, he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be 130, but I can't get a tech out there for 3 hours. If you're willing to wait, I'll do it for 85." And I was like, "Okay, let me call you back." So this guy comes and he's trying to swindle me for $400, and they park their car right in back of your car, right in front of your car. So if they do unlock it, you can't get out without paying them. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so I'm telling the guy, well, I can have another guy come out here for $85, and he's like, well, let me call my boss. The whole like game, it's like
Yeah.
theater at this point.
Yeah.
And so, sure enough, I got him down to 130, like the original price from the other guy, and he unlocked it. Isn't that crazy? He was trying to rip me off for $400.
Well, you're in a
God.
desperate situation.
I was in a
so-
desperate situation. It
Okay.
was,
I mean, it's shitty business practice, but like I can see where like shitty business people do that.
yeah, but like, yeah,
So this was airport parking?
this was in the garage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it not true that Denver International Airport has people at the airport and they'll do that for free?
I actually don't know that.
Because I've seen signs
Really?
I don't know if it's locksmith as well, but if you have like a flat, if you need something done with your car, they'll come do it for free. I see signs for it.
I actually wouldn't be surprised.
Well, for the amount of
but-
money that they charge, yeah, they
Yeah,
should.
it's like $27 a day to park in that garage.
Yeah.
Or $28 a day. Yeah, so you open it up and I got the keys and the continued legacy of me locking my keys in that car. I fucking hate
He
that.
did it
car.
at my apartment once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in another garage, in another parking garage. So good, so good.
I'm not laughing at you.
No, it's okay.
I'm
I
laughing at
accept
the
it.
situation
I
and
accept
also kind of you.
I was really pissed.
The other thing is that his car has a keypad on it, so technically you should be able to get in.
I
It
know
doesn't work,
it doesn't work. Yeah,
Oh.
or at least so we didn't buy the car new, so we didn't get like when you buy a car used, you don't get like that key information, like the keypad information. You actually have to like go through this whole process with Ford, and it costs money. They'll charge you to like reset the keypad and like do this whole
How
thing.
many times have you now paid a locksmith? Because you have paid for a new keypad.
When it was his when it was in his garage, parking garage, I just went home and got the spare key. But it was going to cost me $70 for an Uber to go from the airport to my house, and then probably another $70 to go back. So it was gonna be $140 round trip to get my car, and probably like 2.5 hours because I got to drive home, which is like 40 minutes, and go back. So it ended up working out. I was okay paying the $130, but I just couldn't believe the guy was trying to swindle me for $400.
That's insane.
It was in.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll break
I
a
can believe
fucking
it.
window.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
break a fucking window.
Yeah, I know. It'll cost me like $200 to replace
Yeah.
the window.
And it's Colorado, so everybody drives around with
Yeah,
no windows regardless.
Exactly.
Just like I'm trying to makeshift a Jeep or something.
Man, it's too bad you were in Peru. You could have given me that advice a little sooner.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I've literally seen all those signs. Like
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Recently, like the last 3 times that I've parked there, I see the signs, and I the reason that I remember is because I literally thought to myself, "Wow, that's kind of cool that they have that service here."
Mm.
So sorry.
Um,
They
no.
probably knew too, and just didn't tell you.
Yeah, they were like watching me, like, yeah, look at him.
Security is
Look
like
at 'em.
betting. Like,
This guy.
how much do you think he's gonna pay?
Yeah.
Here,
$400.
You go over there and ask him if he'll pay
Yeah.
$400
They're
bucks.
like throwing money on the ground, like betting. Like,
They probably get a cut from the locksmith
Yeah.
because when the locksmith leaves, they have to pay them,
Yeah.
and then that pays for all the people who get it done for free.
The guy was
So
like, I
thank
don't
you.
work for free. And I was like, well, you don't work for $400 fucking dollars, dude. What the fuck?
You were like, I don't make $400.
It took him
an
5
hour.
minutes to do it. It was just like, I don't know.
That's stupid.
Now I gotta. It may be worth it for me to buy that little pump thing. You ever have a locksmith do your car? They stick the bag in
No,
your car.
because I have a smart car that doesn't lock my keys in the car.
Katie.
Need a new car.
If my keys are in the car and I
Yeah.
shut the door, it goes like ding 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 ding. Like it's like
Oh,
you
so it's a
don't
good
like
car.
this, don't
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, what they do is they put this in this inflatable bag. They like squeeze the bag in your door jamb, and then they pump the bag up, and it separates the door jamb and to where they can stick the little rod in,
Yeah.
and open up the door. And it's a fairly simple device. In fact, it's so crazy that
They can actually do that.
you can do that so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, damn, cars
get a
aren't
new
really
car.
secure at all.
Why don't you just like? I'm sure you could Google how to create a locksmith like balloon thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was
It
like,
can't be that hard. If
yanking
they
on the
tell you how to
door.
make bombs on YouTube, they're gonna show you how to make one of those.
That's true. How do you know that, Katie?
Because I've Googled.
You're on a list now.
Please, if I'm on a list now, I've been on a list forever. This is
Me too.
nothing
That's
new.
so true. What are some other Google searches that you like hesitate to click enter once you type it out? You're like, wait a second.
If you wanna like get to the website of Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh yeah, it's true. Couple clicks away. Not safe for work, folks.
Forget the apostrophe S. That's a real
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Dick.com.
Dick.com.
Shit, spelled it wrong.
Is it really dick.com?
It's Dick's.
Dicks.com.
Dicks.com. Yeah.
All right, we're testing it.
I mean, there's all we're testing it. There's all kinds of things that if you think
All
about
right, fair
it,
enough.
I have Googled that it's like this clearly makes
Yeah.
me a creep, but
Yeah.
I'm doing it for like my own stuff. Like, so I have, I got a big bay window in my front of the house. And so I Googled at one point, like, how dark does it have to be to see into a house or something like that? Like, that's the kind of stuff that's like definitely puts me on a list, right? Because I'm trying to figure out when do I need to close my blinds so that random people aren't looking into my home.
It's a good, yeah.
But it's like, example. That's the kind of stuff that it's like, all right, if someone's looking at this out of context and then followed it up by like other weird questions like that.
Google should like know the phrases that put you on a list and be like, warning. If you actually go through on this, you will be on a list. Just good guy Google looking out for you.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it wants you to be on that list. If you start Googling something, it's like the next thing that is like auto populates. And you're like, well, if I click on that, that feels suspicious. But I'm not going to not click on it.
You ever do that? You ever like go into Google search and like type out a few letters just to see what populates based on like popular searches?
Yeah.
Like the other week I was looking for best fast casual restaurants in Nashville. Because I was staying in Nashville. I wanted dinner and I wanted something quick I can order from Uber Eats. And I'm like, oh, what should I get? And I said best fast casual. And what populated underneath was at Walt Disney World. And it was like at Magic Kingdom, at Epcot.
Wow.
I'm surprised that it was that wholesome. I was naturally thinking best fast casual sex.
Get your head
that
out
is
of the gutter.
100% when I was like, how is that not the automatic search?
That could have been,
for somebody, right? Like that's
sex.
wholesome, right? Or at Disney World.
Sex. Yeah, it was all Disney stuff. Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Is that why you hate
that
Disney
is weird.
adults?
Probably why I hate Disney adults. Are you a Disney adult? Please say no.
Well, what does a Disney adult mean? It's like if you go to the parks and stuff. Oh no, I don't do that. I love
Pass
me
holder.
some Disney Plus, and I will watch Disney movies over and over and over again. But no, I have not been to any of the parks since I don't know, 2005 probably.
So you were young.
You're safe.
Yeah, you.
Well, I wasn't that young.
But
young. And that wasn't even one in the U.S. That was a different one.
You were in high school though, right?
No, I was in college.
Okay.
At that point, but I went to, at the time it was Euro Disney, and now it's Disneyland Paris.
Oh, yes.
Or was Disneyland Paris? Now it's Euro Disney. I'm not totally sure.
No, it's still Disneyland Paris.
So then it was Euro Disney when I was there.
Really? Okay.
And we went because I was in Paris, and I said, well, we're here, and we
that's okay. I did the same
and it
thing.
was different. It was like dirtier. It was
very
French. It was very. Very Paris.
Yeah, it was.
Croissants everywhere.
No.
And little hats.
Oui. Actually, it was funny.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's not Mickey.
That's probably like Goofy.
It was funny because like on the Buzz Lightyear ride there, the Buzz Lightyear animatronic person like will say his little dialogue in French and then in English, and it was like night and day. It was like, we win. Hey guys, it's Buzz here. It's like, that's weird. That's a little disassociating.
I don't even remember it. It was clearly not memorable enough for me to like really remember. I have a couple pictures that show that I was there, and I just remember it being, even for Disney, just kind of. I mean, I'm sure it was spotless.
Yeah,
but I just remember feeling dingy.
Well, it's weird because they have all the same rides. They're not exactly the same though. Like, they have Thunder Mountain, but it's not the same Thunder Mountain track and everything. And then they have, like the Buzz Lightyear. They have, it's a Small World is there too, right? Yeah. I think that one might be the same.
Is this the Paris one we're still talking
it's
about?
Paris. So I went in.
You probably have like
17,
a Ratatouille ride, right?
I don't think Ratatouille was even out when I went.
They had it, and that ride is actually fucking cool.
They have a Ratatouille
They do,
ride?
yeah. They have a whole section of the park that's Ratatouille themed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's funny.
Actually, I think that one's at the MGM, or now it's called Hollywood Studios.
Oh.
Yeah. So in Disneyland.
But that's not at Disney Paris.
It is, yeah. So
Oh.
Disney
That
Disney
was
Paris,
a whole new thing for me too.
It must be because it's right next to it. So it literally, when you park there, you go right. It's Disneyland Paris, and then if you go the other way, it's Disneyland Hollywood Studios. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
all
So
new.
they have the rock and roller coaster
Really?
featuring Aerosmith
Oh,
there.
man.
They have the Ratatouille ride.
I need to go back. I
Yeah.
should have gone back because my mom and my sister and I went to Paris in like 2015, and I was like, been there. I don't need to
Yeah.
go. I mean, to be fair, I had a phenomenal day by myself just walking around Paris, but
Yeah.
now I'm kind of bummed that I didn't.
No.
go.
I would say walking around Paris is way better than going to Disneyland Paris.
It was pretty.
For
it was pretty
sure.
great.
Yeah, like tenfold.
I did a lot of shopping.
Plus
I wound
it's-
up walking like 20 miles. That
Paris
day.
is amazing.
It was
I
insane.
don't understand why people are like, it's stupid, it's shitty, I hate it, it's the worst Europe city ever. Fuck off. It's not. I've been to worse cities in Europe than Paris. And also Disneyland Paris is like an hour away from actual Paris
Yeah.
proper. So you had to like take a train out there.
Yeah, I have some coworkers who told me, is it North Paris you're not supposed to go to?
There's
Pretty bad.
I mean, in every big city,
Yeah,
there's like
but I mean
not
that's
good
the
places.
there's a specific area
Well,
in
North
Paris that-
Paris is like Montmartre. That's like a fancy artsy area. So probably
okay,
not.
maybe south then.
Could be.
One of the regions of Paris they say that it's pretty bad.
You know, what I was
but-
wondering the other day, isn't the Notre Dame cathedral still like closed for visitors? You know, because they
I
had
think
that
it
fire,
probably.
right?
I think it probably is because they're
That was, like-
rebuilding it.
like 3 years ago, though, right? That's
Yeah.
crazy how it. Like I figured they would be open by now. I'm wondering what does it say, Miles?
2024.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose. I mean, like the whole thing, like
Yeah.
got like completely destroyed because didn't the things like fall into it?
Yeah, it was like the.
So it
the
wasn't
center of
just
the
like,
roof
oh, they
kinda,
fell
like,
off
caved
and
in
they're
a little
rebuilding
bit.
those. It's like they've got to rebuild all of it.
And I'm sure that this not only are they rebuilding it, but I'm sure they're like fireproofing the entire place. They're like,
Yeah.
once, shame on us. Twice, not happening again.
Yeah. Which is
Huh.
kind of interesting because it goes a little bit against like what Europe does when things fall down.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, oh well, okay, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's down and but I suppose it's such a big like tourist thing, like for like Americans to go to
Yeah,
see Notre Dame.
I think it's just generally, it's a piece of history. I mean, it is you. So you obviously went.
I've
yeah,
been,
right.
yes,
So
I've been a
like,
couple times.
it is impressive in terms of like the Gothic architecture, and I remember when I got so I have a minor degree in fine arts or art history, and so a large I know, so like I don't want to brag or anything, but I can spill all of the
It
facts
means
here.
he's an artist.
Yeah.
an artiste.
But a large part of some of the courses were focused on like Parisian architecture and like the Gothic period, which is a big part of like Parisian like culture. And so obviously like the chapel or the cathedral is a big staple of that movement. And so I feel like it's something that they would want to rebuild and preserve just for the sake of like keeping that part of history still intact. Because I totally understand, like, you go to some places and it's like rubble or like ruins or like half of it's like collapsed in, and they're like, no, just keep it that way and
Mhm.
preserve it that way. But
Well, we've got a million of those stupid churches.
they
Do they need this one?
They do. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but so are some of the other ones.
It's true. Yeah.
Like some of the ones in like the smaller towns
Mhm.
and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that was one of the cool things. Is me and my sister and mom did like a champagne tour,
Yeah.
and they brought us to some like really small towns, and they were like, and here's yet another
Yeah.
huge Gothic cathedral that is
yeah.
even more ornate than
That's
the
true.
Notre Dame. And it's like, how does nobody know about these things?
Mhm.
Like, blew our minds.
Yeah, I think I was more impressed with the exterior of Notre Dame more so than the interior.
I find it funny that you say Notre
Yeah.
and then Dame.
yeah,
Like, why wouldn't you say Notre Dame
I don't
or
know.
Notre Dame?
I don't know. It's just the way I say it, I guess, because
Okay.
I'm cultured and I have a degree in fine arts.
I think cultured would be Notre Dame.
Actually, the people in Paris, they prefer the other way.
That is total bullshit.
Yeah,
That is not true at
Notre
all.
Dame. I think
Notre Dame.
every time I say Notre Dame, I think of the football team or the college.
Yeah,
so I'm
fair
like,
enough.
I'm
You got to
maybe I do.
differentiate
I
because if
think
you're talking
I-
about Gothic architecture, they absolutely think you mean the Fighting Irish.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I feel like the tourism thing is probably true
Yeah, definitely.
because I
It
feel like
doesn't cost money to get in though, so it's
No,
not,
but you can donate, and it does cost money if you take like a fancy tour to
That's
go up
true.
into the
That's true.
tower things.
and it gets people just to go there
Yeah,
because they rebuild like they a lot of cities build in an old style architecture specifically for tourism.
well, the thing about Paris that's so unique, like specifically, much different than like some place like London, is they don't really make it modernized. Like the city doesn't have like big skyscrapers and like modernized architecture and buildings like London does. It's like very much preserved, like lot of low buildings and things like that. So it is very much a city of like preserving the way it is, and it's enduring in that kind of way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure they do that purposely.
Yeah,
the
I think so,
council,
too.
whoever allows permits for buildings and stuff,
Right.
they probably won't allow those skyscrapers
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to your point, once you've been to a couple of those churches, I mean, they're all just incredibly impressive. Like
Yeah.
it blows anything you see in the United States out of the water, in my opinion. And
Totally.
so once you go
yeah.
to a few, you're like, this is just another one. You're like,
Yeah.
that guy, it took them like 15 years to paint that ceiling. You're like, all right,
I
whatever.
actually stopped going in them because I had gone to Rome. They have like
Mhm.
hundreds of them.
Yeah,
there.
that's like the mecca of that kind of thing, right?
And then
Yeah, I think so.
I work for a German company, so I've been to a lot of places around Germany and like Netherlands and stuff. And so I've seen so many of them now that like they don't really fascinate me. So
Mm.
like I won't go in. Like from the outside, yeah, usually a lot of them will look pretty different. So it's cool to just take a peek, but it's not really worth like going inside. And
Mhm.
a lot of them you have to be very respectful because they're religious and like
Yeah.
people are actually still using the churches. So I'm just like, yeah, it looks nice, and then
Mhm.
keep going. There's
Mhm.
other stuff to do.
And see, I'll stop and go in and say, looks nice to every single one of them.
Yeah.
Like just because you never know what's individual or different or whatever. Like
True. Or if you appreciate that
you
stuff
walk
more
in and
too.
it doesn't if it doesn't cost anything. Walk in and you say, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
And then you leave
10
and it's
minutes,
fine.
15 minutes
Like,
tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get in, you see, you kind of look around, you get out.
If it's specifically if it's like famous or you've seen pictures of it and you actually want to see that inside too, I'll definitely do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
There's like a Barcelona. What's the Barcelona one that's been under construction for like 150
Right.
years or something stupid?
Famous pictures of it.
yeah.
And I
know
can't
which one you're
remember
talking
it.
about. I don't know. I don't remember
What the name
either.
of it. But like that one, I went in and I spent hours there.
Yeah.
And I tried to go up and like we bought like tickets to go up in like the tower, and then it
Mm.
was closed, and so we couldn't.
Oh
and
shit!
it was a
Did
real
you end up going to the
bummer.
Louvre when you were in Paris?
Mhm.
That
I got lost.
that is impressive, right? In terms of like architecture too. Not only do they have like priceless, amazing pieces of art on the wall, but the building itself and the interior and like the ornate architecture of the interior is like art of itself.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
And it just goes in. It goes in circles. That's
Yeah.
how I got lost. Is I just like kept going in circles, and I'm like
Yeah.
talking to my family. I'm like, "Where are you?" Well, we're over here, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm trying to get there." It was like I was almost in tears. My mom was like, "You just stay put. I'll come find you."
Yeah.
Is that just a big museum?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
one of the most
huge.
renowned museums in the world.
So a lot
Yeah.
of cool
If you
stuff.
go to Paris and you don't go to the Louvre, you're kind of missing out.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Even if you're not a fan of art. I mean, the Mona Lisa's there. Enough said, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, because
okay.
and the Mona Lisa is like 8 by 10.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
tiny.
small.
Yeah,
And there's
it's always
always
the
like a
joke.
massive crowd around it. Like I couldn't get a good view of it.
We got there right as it opened, and we
Okay.
booked it.
Yeah, that's
to
like
the
the
Mona
first thing.
Lisa, and we're like right in the front. We're like holding people back.
Yeah.
Let us see it.
Yeah, I need to see it. And then you're like thinking, is that the real one?
Yeah.
Totally, right? Because don't they like sub them out? I mean, if I've watched enough National Treasure,
Yeah.
it tells me that they never have the real one
Like,
on
that
display.
bitch ain't
It's
the real
always-
like, well, I mean, suppose like the rumor is that it's the one that's on display isn't the real one, and that the real one's actually on some yacht somewhere. Yeah, like
What?
because it's been stolen several times. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and recovered.
I don't know if I knew that rumor. I always thought that the rumor was that it was actually always being stored like deep in the caverns of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is like behind like glass or something, right? Like a bulletproof like.
Totally,
thing,
and
yeah.
there's like a 5-foot like
Yeah.
rope.
Yeah, it's one
Like
of the
you can't
things
even
where
get
you
really
can't
close to it.
That was
yeah.
the thing at the museum in LA. What is that called? The free
Oh,
one? big free one?
the
The
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim,
Yeah.
no, the Guggenheim, the Whitney.
No,
Those are in New York.
Fuck, what is the Getty?
The Getty.
Yeah, the Getty Museum.
We
Yeah.
went there, and it's like these huge paintings and pieces of art that you could literally just. I mean, you're not supposed to, but you
Yeah.
could literally touch.
Yeah.
And they just have people standing around watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just
And
like
they're
most
like
of the Louvre is
hundreds
like
of
that.
years
It's
old.
just a couple of these things. Like even what's the Venus de Milo is
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
is there in Paris, and that's one like you could like probably climb up on this. You could probably climb up on it. I
Yeah,
mean, you're
yeah.
gonna get super in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like,
Go to
there's
prison.
nobody around to
you will
stop
get
you
arrested.
from that.
They will probably castrate you, and
So I'm like, I mean, if I was like, what is it? Because is it Michelangelo that did
Yeah.
the Venus de Milo? I'd be
Mhm.
like, what the fuck do I have to do to get a velvet rope here?
yeah, I know,
Like,
right? Yeah, like,
come
God,
on.
Pat, what are you doing?
Well, that's
That's
just
so
Shit guy Leonardo da Vinci's got a fucking rope. Where's mine?
Yeah.
We both have Ninja Turtles
All
named
right.
after us.
What was the Tom Hanks movie, the famous the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah,
Da
yeah.
Vinci Code. I feel like Mona Lisa wouldn't be as popular without that movie.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I
Maybe.
mean,
I
it would
honestly
be popular,
don't
but
know.
it wouldn't be as
Was the
popular.
Mona Lisa like a big part of that?
yeah, they like
movie?
steal it, I think, or something. There's something to do with it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So it was National Treasure before or after this Da
that's
Vinci
a good-
Code?
That's a good question.
was
I don't know.
after.
They're making a third.
National Treasure.
I'm so excited. I
with Nicolas
love
Cage?
those stupid movies. They're
Yeah.
great. They're on Disney Plus, by the way.
Oh,
I just watched the massive.
yes, Incredible Weight of Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like one of his
It's a Nick
movies,
Cage
you know?
movie. Yeah.
It was funny.
I like
It's
Nick
funny,
Cage.
yeah.
I just generally, I mean,
Yeah.
say what you want about the guy and how crazy he is, and you know, but
because it's basically about like him kind of making fun of himself, and then
Yeah.
this guy who's like obsessed with him. So like he's always like complimenting about stuff, right? Like movies he was in, and he's just kind of like I don't know. It's really stupid, but just kind of silly. It's
Yeah.
good, though.
I'm
watched
waiting
it
for
on the
that one to
plane.
come out
Yeah.
on Netflix or something.
Yeah. I also watched Everything, Anywhere, whatever.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was pretty good.
I
What
love
movie?
That
Watched it. What's it called?
Everything, everywhere, all, or everywhere, everything, or no, I said that right the first time. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
I don't know if I've even heard of that one.
Yeah, it came out this year. It's like it has like multiverse type themes in it. you know.
Okay.
Basically, the premise of the story is this lady who owns this family run dry cleaner shop or laundromat finds out she can like tap into her other lives in the multiverse, and so she can live as like famous actress in another life, and she basically borrows the different talents of her different lives to overcome like an evil character that's in the story. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's cool.
So it's like a superhero movie.
It is
Kinda.
really good. I thought it was really well done, and the guy that played the kid in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom,
That's him.
that's him. So he actually retired from acting shortly after that.
Is that the this
And this
movie's
is his
that? Is
comeback.
that the Asian kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is his comeback into Hollywood, basically
Really?
acting. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Wasn't that kid also in the Goonies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Child actor, retired, and then came back. Yeah.
All
Like,
right then.
30 years later.
It's pretty
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
He was good in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
entertaining.
best
Take a look.
movie of the year in my opinion, but that doesn't say a whole lot.
I've heard other people say that they think like it would win awards.
Right.
For me,
Well, we'll have to see if
I
it
thought it was
is going to
entertaining.
get nominated. That's a thing that I do at the movie theater by my house. You can buy, like, you just up front buy all of the tickets to all of the Best Picture nominees for the Oscars, and they're like
that's cool.
discounted. So it's like you buy the ticket for like a little punch card for like $50, and you get to see all of the Best Picture nominees or something like that.
That's
And
awesome.
so then you just go and see them. That was something we did in Minnesota. It wasn't a punch card, but it was a movie marathon. So it was 2 Saturdays, and you like sit in one of those fancy ass recliner chairs with a blanket and pillows, and you could
All
bring in
day?
your own snacks and stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes.
No shit.
So you'd bring in like healthy snacks, but then you'd buy a large popcorn and a large soda because then you can refill that all day.
Wow.
And so it was like, I don't know,
That's
$30
crazy.
every day, and then you'd buy the popcorn and stuff. And it was always a discount on the popcorn. And so
Yeah.
I'd go with my mom and my sister and my aunt and my great aunt and my cousin. And I mean, it would be like 8 of us all watching these movies. And it's like the same people that go every year. So you'd see these same people
Mhm.
year after year, and you'd be like, what do you think about that movie? And then, oh, I hated that one. And it's like,
Yeah.
I liked it. And so there was like a couple years where it's like all the guys were like, Mad Max Fury Road, that's the best movie I've ever seen. And all the girls were like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's, okay.
it's fine.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then there was a
Good.
couple that like what was the movie, like a war movie, 1912, I want to say maybe,
Yep.
where it was like this was like the first movie with Harry Styles in it or something.
Oh
Everybody was-
yeah.
and he had like
Oh wait, no, that was Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Yeah.
That was it.
Mhm.
And everybody was watching it and they were like, I didn't understand it at all.
Ah.
I didn't get it. And I'm like, what's not to get? Like
Yeah.
they started with like walking and then they finished it with an airstrike. And like so the whole movie takes place like and they were like, I didn't get that at all. Like
Yeah, yeah.
nobody
And Tom
picked
Hardy's
up on
in it too, I think, right? He's the
yeah,
pilot.
there's tons
Yeah.
of people
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
that one. And it's like they didn't understand because it would like flip back and forth and the storyline
Mhm.
would go all over the place. And they were like, I just didn't follow it. And I was like, well, because you're seeing everything happening at exactly the same time. Like,
Hmm.
so that it's staggered, like, right? Because like the walkers have to start and end it like in an hour, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
the pilot only starts at 40 minutes in. Like, and they're like, I didn't get that at all. I was like, I loved it.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, are you sure you're a movie fan?
Yeah. And so you can kind of like talk about things in that context versus like, I just bought a punch card and now I'm like that sad sack going to the movie theater by myself.
Right. Yeah.
Which
yeah.
to be fair, I actually do really enjoy because
Yeah, it's a novelty.
yeah,
It-
well, it's just more me
It's an
time.
experience. Yeah, yeah. Plus,
Go
you're
get
not, I
some
mean,
popcorn.
it's like when you invite friends to go to the movies. You know, there's like the before and the after, but the majority of the time, nobody's like talking to each other.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah, right.
you with
Yeah.
the movie. You know.
So movie dates, terrible idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
I agree.
You
Terrible
I
idea.
you
agree.
talk to them before, and then you sit there for 2 hours, and you
It gets
say a
awkward
word.
too because
Yeah.
you're
Just kind
like,
of chuckle. You look at them.
and if the movie's
Unless you want
bad,
to like fool around in the movie, it's
Yeah.
awkward.
that's true.
It's
That's
not
true.
good.
Yeah, that's true.
you gotta sit in the back.
Yeah. Get that
Can't
back
see the
row
screen that
action.
well.
Yeah.
You need to wear your glasses, and you just look like a nerd.
Yeah. You have that movie attendant that comes in to check on the movie, and you're like, "Fuck."
yeah.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah, but the movies are kind of going away, so you got to enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, man, I think it's a thing that I think will always be around. It just won't. It'll be a different experience. It'll be a more boutique experience. Yeah.
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 Like if there's something that you really, really want to see in
Mhm.
the theater,
Yeah.
like go for it.
Yeah, and it's a
Like,
shame.
Top Gun, I saw in the theater.
Sure.
Jurassic Park, I saw in the theater.
Yeah.
Because you
Wait,
can't
the new
not.
one.
Yeah, the new ones.
It was dog. I walked out.
The new Jurassic Park?
I walked out.
What?
I thought it was the
Oh my
biggest heap of
God.
dog shit I've ever
I
seen.
loved it, but that's
Really?
just because I love just watching Jeff Goldblum.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Talk about the
He's
feminine
a treasure.
gaze.
He's a treasure.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I don't know a single girl that doesn't go, I want Jeff Goldblum, 70-year-old now version.
Yeah.
Wait, is
And
it 70?
also, yeah, he's like
Yeah,
70.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks so good.
And I'd take Jeff Goldblum 1993 original Jurassic Park. I just liked it because it was so like meta's probably not the right word, but like there were so many throwbacks to the original Jurassic Park.
That's why I didn't like it.
Oh, and that's what I
Like,
thought
are you
was
telling
great
me
about it.
Sam Neill's character walks into the tent with what's her face, and she's in the exact same fucking outfit she was in the first movie. Fuck right off. Stop with that bullshit. I'm over it. You're just doing that to milk the franchise. I was actually really upset about it because I'm a
Well, what
big
about
Jurassic
the
Park
one where
fan.
like Jeff Goldblum's like laying sideways, like he's laying in the car that's like driving, you know, in the
right,
original one.
I left-
and he's got the like buttons way down here, and then in this most recent one, he somehow got his buttons all messed up, and he goes, "Oh, geez, better button those up." Kind of like, I just loved it. I thought it was great.
That's funny.
It was so bad. At the beginning, where they're like in a social media like news anchor person, I was just like, this is so bad. Like,
Well,
how did
I'm
this
not
get
saying it's
made?
like a cinematic masterpiece. I'm saying it was exactly what I expected it to be. It was Jurassic Park old school. It was throwback Jurassic Park. Like, that's what I expected it to be.
It was unapologetically
kitschy.
bad.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And
but
I expected that.
I'm
so
not
that's
here.
what I went in
All
for.
right, okay. Well, that's fair. I was expecting it to be at least maybe as good as the previous one, which wasn't great, I'll admit. But it was like entertaining at least. I don't know. I looked over to Janie and I'm like, this is really bad. And she goes, "Do you want to leave?" And I was like, kinda actually. Like, I felt like I was wasting my time watching that movie. That was the first movie I've ever walked out of. I was
gonna say, I don't think I've walked out of maybe, I feel like stopped one movie maybe ever.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was, but it was a horror movie, like a B.
Human Centipede.
No.
Best movie I've ever seen.
It's on
Best movie
repeat.
you've ever seen.
I was watching it earlier. No.
Two Girls with One Cup, best
Yeah,
short
yeah,
film
yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever seen.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Yep.
I was going to watch it. Well, no, I wasn't going to watch it, but I had the option to watch it on the plane.
Human
when I was
Centipede?
flying. No.
Oh.
You're saying no.
Jurassic Park.
I'm glad you skipped it and watched the other one.
Yeah, I watched Human Centipede instead.
Yeah, the second
And
one's better.
I didn't watch it. At least on my first flight, I didn't watch it because of what you said.
Yeah.
So you
What did
influenced
you
me
watch
not to
instead? It better be better.
I watched Top Gun
Okay.
Better.
because that was on there. And
Was it good? Did you like it?
Yeah.
I
That
haven't
one was a
seen
good
it.
one.
I
That's
haven't
a
seen
good
it,
one.
Yeah.
It's a throwback. Now, the thing that if you didn't like Jurassic Park for wearing the same outfit, like, I think it's the same house that this chick is in that the first chick was in. And I'm like, what are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Like, that was the one part where I was like,
30
I don't
years
know
later.
if I buy that.
Yeah.
It's a different girl.
The house is paid off.
It's a totally
great.
different girl.
Yeah, it's a
even.
different
Yeah.
actress,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
It's a totally different actress. It's not
Yeah.
even the same character.
That blew, I was like at first so confused. I was like, who is this person that he like just knows? I was like, was there a second movie that I like didn't see?
Wait, have you seen the original?
Yeah.
I have not seen the original.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've heard difference of opinion on whether it's good or not. Like my mom loves the movie. She was like military though, so I don't know if that has an influence on it. And then I know other people are like, it's not a great movie. Like, objectively, it's like a piece of movie history because it's like a timepiece of like cinema or whatever. So I've never picked up and watched it. I don't know.
I think
I
you
want
should.
to. I will.
I think
have.
you should.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like. I'm definitely not gonna try to finish Jurassic Park, New Dominion or World Dominion, whatever the fuck it was.
I don't know what it was.
You're dead to me. I will watch I will watch. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
I
See, the
watched
thing
it-
that I liked about the second one, this new Top Gun, is that it didn't try too hard to be the original.
That's good.
Like, it definitely took its
Yeah.
own thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, Tom Cruise just kind of, aside from him just kind of being a little overplayed and
Yeah.
being a Scientologist,
Yeah.
Crazy.
which sponsored our beverages.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
Yeah.
aside from that, like, I don't know, I just kind of getting a little tired of him.
Yeah.
If that's not,
I'm not a big
Mission
fan.
Impossible,
Not a big
Top
fan.
Gun, like, I just kind of was like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
I could have done without his little mopey thing. But all in all, it was pretty. Everybody else really, I think, made that movie pretty dang good. They even did a
Yeah.
Val Kilmer thing, which was cute. Like
Yeah.
sweet. I liked that part.
He, he lost his voice.
Yeah, and they play that in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that, but I thought that
Yeah.
because I was like, why would they have done that in the movie? It just kind of seemed kind
Yeah.
of like
Didn't he have like a throat cancer or like an
Yeah.
esophageal cancer?
yeah,
I
it's
think
some
is
kind
what
of
it was.
cancer. He couldn't talk.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame.
Say what you want about the guy. He's he has his piece of Hollywood history. He's an important part of that.
He's Iceman.
He was Batman.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Batman.
So
Batman. Yeah, I watched the original Top Gun somewhat recently, and I kind of thought that I was like, this isn't like a super good movie, but I enjoyed it.
It reminds me, like, I haven't seen it, but I know there's a particular style of the movie, I think, where it's like long drawn out scenes with music, right? There's like a lot of
There's
that.
a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of
Right?
them.
Yeah.
But it's not like a musical.
No.
No. It's just like action music.
It's like
with-
in the
And romantic music.
Yeah.
Right.
It's in like the same vein as like Miami Vice, like the TV show. Long drawn out scenes of them driving with like 80s music in the background.
Yeah.
Guitar solos and shit. Yeah.
True.
Which like that in itself, like I'll circle back to the whole part of me saying it's an important part of cinematic history. I think,
Yeah.
you have to recognize Top Gun as like, a piece of movie history.
Well, the
in that kind of
number
way.
one, if you ask a guy, like, and I've asked lots of guys because I'm single and I have to ask boys questions, and it sucks.
That's fair.
The question on the table is, what's your favorite, like, all-time favorite movie? 50% of the time, it's fucking Top Gun.
Nuh-uh.
What?
Yes.
Oh, run. Just immediately run.
50. I can't rule out 50% of the guys. There's
You
no
kind of
one
have
left to like me.
You kind of have to. You go, really, really, Top Gun?
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
ask them to then
How
explain
fucking
it.
original.
You're like, better than Jurassic Park.
Just say surprise,
Dominion?
surprise.
Here's a piece of advice, though. When you go to ask that question, preface it with, don't say Top Gun.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
Top Gun out of the
Outside
picture.
fucking Top Gun.
And then get and then that'll just, I guess, give you a more authentic, organic answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've quit asking those types of questions.
Okay.
Now I feel like I'm a little bit more creative now.
What type of questions do you ask?
Well, like, so I'll ask a thing like, would you rather be, invisible or teleport?
Okay.
Right. So like, that's one of the questions I ask. Would you rather have to grow all your own food or sew all your own clothes?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it is. Right.
I think I would rather sew my own clothes.
Why?
I think there's less rate of variability in that. Like, I think there are people who have green thumbs. There is a special attention and, there's also tons of different external factors that go into growing your own food. The weather, the climate, is it good soil? Like sewing clothes is just like, you get the needle, you get the thread, get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I also
Yeah.
think growing food would be significantly harder.
And you'd be surprised how many guys will say, grow my own food.
Yeah, you're like,
And then I have to be like, well, but see, the thing is I could just, like one bad winter, all my food's gone.
and you die.
I could just be naked until
Yeah.
I figure out how to
Thank
sew.
you. Thank you.
And then most of the time they're like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. I'm so clever. Funny.
And then you go, oh yeah, I gotta go. Anyway, that was the question that really breaks or makes this date.
Is the first question the teleport or be invisible? Is the answer to that teleport? Because when you're teleporting, you're technically invisible during that time, so you can have both powers.
No.
Okay.
The answer to that, I always say it's teleport because there's no need to ever pay for travel ever again.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you can just, and there's no need to, the whole checked bag or carry on, that's a non-factor.
Yeah.
You teleport home every
So
night.
much easier.
Plus, there's issues with the whole invisibility thing. I mean, I think there's some follow-up questions to that. Like, okay,
Like
when I'm
everything you touch
invisible,
invisible?
yeah, exactly. Like, do I have to get naked for this shit? Because that's a real problem. That's a real problem. You can't carry anything. You gotta leave your phone behind.
I actually had someone ask me all of these qualifying questions, and I was like,
as he should. That's a keeper.
part of me was like, okay, reasonable. And then
Yeah.
another part of me was like, come on, dude, this is literally the first question on a dating app. Give me a fucking break. Like, I'm just trying to get you to talk to me at all.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I'd take the teleport.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
some other questions you ask?
Oh my gosh. Now you're putting me on the spot. I don't know if I
know.
can
What,
remember.
what
That's
is
okay.
the meaning of life? Do you ever
Yeah.
ask that
Ooh,
one?
that's a good one. That'd be like okay, swipe left. Like, and we're moving on.
If you were to ask, like, if someone were to ask me that, I'd be like, what's the meaning of life? I'd say, like, well, it's Mel Brooks' movie.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
that would be the correct answer
Yeah.
for me
Clever.
for that
Yeah.
for that question. I don't know. I just ask a lot of,
Cheeky.
like, would you rather
Mhm.
this or this type of things. Like, dumb stuff. And I, like, preface it by, like, random question to get the conversation started. Because, like, nobody wants to hear, like, hey, how's it going? How's your work day? Nobody fucking cares.
Small talk is so trivial and boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get nothing out of it. It's like just net zero, right? It's
Yeah.
like, you know.
And that's that's truly, like, that's the dating game now. Is
Yeah.
like, you have to just, it sucks.
Yeah, I bet. I do
It
not
sucks.
envy you.
Yeah.
I do not envy you.
I've heard the dating game in Denver sucks,
Yeah.
specifically here.
Well, because you either have, like, man children who are like, I just want fresh powder days and I smoke a lot of weed. And you're like,
There's
and
nothing wrong with that.
And that's fine. Just, like, that's not your personality.
Right.
Like, it's
Yeah.
either that or it's, like, weird, like, fintech bros that are, like, also not looking for relationships. Like,
I've heard that a lot.
the concept of, like, trying to find a person that you eventually will, like, get married and have kids with doesn't exist here. It's like Denver is
It's a
the
pit
fucking
stop.
Neverland
Yeah.
of the world.
Yeah, I think
And they're all 24.
Yeah. Well, it attracts.
I've heard this. I've
It
heard this from
attracts
other people.
it attracts the person that just got out of college and needs somewhere to move, and they're like, Denver sounds awesome. It's got all these enduring qualities to it, and then, in my experience, if you're not, like, settling down in Denver, it's kind of like a pit stop to whatever the next thing is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had several friends that just move away. Either they move back to their hometown to settle with be closer to their family, or they, do this or that. So in that way, I could see it attracts that type of person, which isn't conducive to a relationship.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there are plenty of fine people, really nice people, but, like, they don't want kids, or they don't like want some of these things that I ultimately want.
Or they're not on dating apps too, right?
Yeah,
that too. It's like, and then you're like, fuck, I gotta organically.
They're at home
meet
taking
people.
care of their own fucking house. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing lawn work.
They're killing
What am I
Black
gonna do?
Widows.
Drive around, like, being like, I'm single.
Yeah. That was the hardest thing for me. Like, I never dated during the dating app phase, but
Yeah.
But when I moved out to Denver, I knew nobody. Like, I knew not a single soul, and so making friends outside of work is incredibly difficult when you're a guy. At least in my opinion. Like,
Is it?
Yeah, because, like,
Really? I feel like I would think it would be, I punch you in the shoulder
That's
and you
not how it
punch me
works.
in the shoulder and now we're best friends.
No.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah,
you almost have to flirt with him,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Are you gay?" Like, you go up to a guy at a bar, like, "Dude, you seem kind of cool. Can I get your number?" Like, fuck off. No,
Yeah.
not doing that. Like, sorry, dude, I'm not gay. Like, I'm straight.
I just need
if you're gay, it's
friends.
fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just not into dating guys. It's like, well, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's awkward. It's tough. You're finding yourself, like, joining, like, sports leagues or things like that. I'm sure it could be a little easier, but
It's hard,
yeah.
especially if you work from home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've moved
COVID.
around quite a bit. Sarah, my wife, she was doing a residency and externships for a while, and so we had moved around a lot. And I had always worked from home during that time, and so that was. And I'm married, and for part of that was dating her for a long time. So, like, I'm not going to bars. I'm not like trying to find other people to to like start a relationship with or whatever. So yeah, it's just it's super difficult. It's really weird.
Huh.
But
Don't know
like
if I would have ever guessed that.
like Chase said, joining like clubs or sports things or
the rock gym or
yeah,
whatever.
then you eventually find people. But yeah, it's
Takes time.
because also a lot of people already have a group of friends, and so they're not really looking for like another friend.
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
hashtag no new friends type of.
See, I
thing.
never found that here.
Really?
Like here in Denver, nobody is from here. I mean,
That's
there are people
true.
from here.
That's
Everybody is
true.
looking for more friends here because nobody has any friends here. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody's from here. And so
I
I
feel
met
that.
all my friends. Well, obviously, you know, Janie and Jess and Avian. So I met them at Dish
Yeah.
at work.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But the rest of my friends, I did meetups.
Yeah. See, the meetup thing is like it's not very organic because you're going to a place, a meetup where everybody's there to meet people.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying like outside of that, in an organic way, meeting friends and like developing friendships is hard outside of hey, I'm gonna join a group of people also looking for friends. You know, like there's always gonna be that in every city. I think.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't, I feel like I've just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Maybe
like
because you're super
exceptionally,
friendly
like-
Could be.
and really easy to talk to and nice. You know,
Yeah.
those are all good qualities to have.
Yeah,
easy to
I don't
make
know. I
friends.
just felt like because I was here about a year before COVID,
Mhm.
and I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't met like the Dish, everybody from Dish, and then I met like a couple other people through like a meetup, and then I met a couple more people through a different thing, and just kind of have gotten to know much more people
yeah.
through other people. I feel like you just got to
Yeah.
know one person.
Yeah, true.
And then they'll introduce you to all of their friends.
yeah.
And then they'll introduce you to more friends. And, you know,
But I feel
Totally.
like Chase, you've had quite a few friends during the time that you've lived here because you lived here. Did you say 8 years?
Yeah, yeah.
But most of those friends you are no longer. I mean, you may be friends with them, but you don't really talk to them or hang out with them very often
Mhm.
because they've moved away or they've moved
Yeah.
to like another part of the city or they've
Mhm.
just fallen out or whatever. So I feel like that happens pretty often. Like you meet someone and then they kind of
I think that happens everywhere.
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
like I know people from, you
Yeah,
know, high
totally.
school that I don't talk to anymore.
Mhm. Right.
Like people from my college that I don't talk to anymore. Like,
Yeah, there's certain friends where they're like enduring friends, you know, ride or die, and then there's people that like, oh, I am only friends with you when it's convenient. You know,
Yeah.
there's like different levels to friendship and relationships, platonic relationships like that. But yeah, I think that's, you know, that's not specific to Denver, I don't think. But yeah, the transplant city thing makes a weird environment for sure. For sure.
yeah. I wish that my friends, like the friends that I find, like I would love to do other things other than just
Mhm.
like, oh, let's go get brunch or whatever. Like I would
Yeah.
love to be like, let's us four girls go for a weekend to
Mm.
wherever,
Yeah.
right? Like we're gonna go to,
Paris.
well, not to, I mean, yeah, sure, but like
Just
we're just gonna go up into the mountains and spend a
Mhm.
weekend wherever,
Yeah.
right? Like that. I wish that's where I think I would like to do stuff more. Like I'd like to go and go to a hot springs and like go explore the mountains and stuff. And right now it's just kind of like, well, okay, I can do it, but like then I'm by myself and that's not very
Mm.
fun.
Mhm.
And the difficult part is like, well, you guys are like, oh, well, yeah, it's hard to make friends because I'm married and whatever. It's like
yeah.
I'm the single one of my friend group now. Like I have one friend group that is all single for the most part.
Mhm.
Like one of us of the four just got married,
Mm.
but like
Is that a weird dynamic now? Because it's like, oh, you got
It's-
that person now.
it's hard because we try and invite them. We try and invite her to do things, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, like we've got because he's divorced, has kids, or you know." And so it's like, "Oh,
Oh,
we've got the
yeah.
kids this weekend," and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Well, sorry, guess you can't come." And so then
Uh-huh.
there's like inside jokes that she's not a part of, and like,
Yeah.
so it is a bit of a bummer. But like, you know, in our friend group, like here, it's like I'm the only single one,
Mhm.
so it's like, well, who wants to come for the weekend with me? And they're like, well, not me. Like, it's a cool. My husband comes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well,
It's like, oh, that's
not
awkward.
really.
Yeah. That's not what I was going for, but
So it's a whole different
yeah, it's a vibe.
it's a whole different thing, and like to try and actually make plans and do that stuff with like the majority of your friends being married, especially like at almost 36, like it's hard. So there's a lot of extra pressure on like, okay, find a person, any person to do things with.
That may be why sometimes it's harder making friends when you're married too, because you don't often want like it to be just your friend. You want it to be your wife or your husband's friend as well, because like so many social things you do are with your partner. And so if it's not someone they can kind of vibe with, or I mean, you can totally like we have some friends that we go snowboarding with, and like they don't have to like be always hanging out with the spouses and whatever. And so there is that, but at the same time, it's like you kind of have to meet the people together, or the person together, and it's, I don't know, I think it makes it harder that way too.
It's definitely, it's a
Well,
weird
you can
dynamic.
like go out to eat with, like I can go out to eat with
Right,
Chase and Katie and be fine.
Yeah.
But it would be like, I've always been a big proponent of like, I want to have my own life. I want to have my own thing. Like, and that was a bit of a point of contention in a previous relationship where I was like, well, I'm going out with my friends. It's like, well, why don't you stay here with me? Because I have a life, sir. Like, and I want to see my friends.
Yeah,
and like,
exactly.
you're not the only thing I have going on.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to be together, conjoined to the hip the entire time. Like I can have my things and my hobbies and my friends, and you can have that, and we're still gonna be best friends or whatever. But it doesn't have to be like. Also, that's just kind of toxic in a way.
Well, it's like, okay, I just sometimes get sick of talking to somebody about something. Like, like at a certain point, it just is like, well, I've told you everything there is to know.
Yeah.
Like, what else is there to say?
It's like, I feel like if you're married and you don't have those breaks, that's when the marriage can get stale, or, I mean, even in just a normal, relationship with non-married relationship, there's healthy breaks. You got to allow yourselves to breathe, like for Janie and I, like we had, even like in a regular weeknight, like I'll come down here and like do stuff, and she'll be upstairs and do that, and like we're fine with that. Like it's not like we have to always be in the same room together.
You talk to your friends more than you talk to me.
It's like that would be weird if it was like if it was a point of contention. Because I'm not that person and she's not me, right? So like it feels weird to try to have to align your identity with somebody else,
I mean, there was I mean, I want to be like fair and say like that it wasn't, it certainly wasn't like a well, you can never spend time with your friends or anything like that, but like there were those things that it was like, we were living separately, right? But it was like I'd be over at his house, and it's like, oh well, he wants to watch football or wants to watch basketball or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. So I'm gonna go upstairs and like watch something on TV up there. And it's like that was just kind of like I could tell that like weirded him out. We weren't watching the same thing, and I'm like, well, I want to watch The Bachelorette. So are you gonna watch that? And he wound up actually like watching it and liking it and whatever. Like which most guys do, like for that kind of stuff. They're like you like wander around the back of the TV and be like, so what's going on in that show?
It's so weird how that works, because it's such a dumb show. It's so stupid.
It's so horrible. That's why I love it.
Yeah, but then it's true.
Cotton
like,
candy for the brain is what my coworker says.
Junk food.
You'll be like making dinner. Sarah watches it, so she'll have it on, and then you just hear things, and then it piques your interest. You're like, this person's so stupid. It makes me interested in like how this relationship is working, whatever.
I think it just feeds into your need as a human to gossip about other humans.
Totally.
Is you can be like, what is happening here? Like these people are absolutely psycho. It makes you feel better about yourself and your train wreck of a life.
That is true. That's the thing where it's like, how can they be that crazy? Like, how can that person be so crazy? I mean, it's TV, but still, you're
and
like,
I know for a fact that all of this is like extremely doctored to make them look even more crazy, but who
Yeah.
cares? That's not,
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of stuff where it's like, yeah, but like then it's like I'd see someone on TV. We got into a huge argument about, I said that The Rock was attractive. And that was
Flip the switch.
that was an argument because how dare I say another person is attractive?
Yeah.
Because since he met me, he's never been attracted to anybody.
Oh,
and I was
fuck.
like,
Right
that is lie.
Oh, you would lie into your teeth, sir.
And that's like the thing. It's
Yeah.
like it would truly make him upset and very like, and not angry in a way, but like it would make him very hurt
Sure.
when I would say, sorry, but The Rock dangling off a cliff and like whatever that stupid San Mateo or stupid action movie, like that's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not going to apologize for thinking that somebody is attractive. Like, if The Rock walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to go to a hotel room?" The answer is actually probably no. Like,
it should be yes, Katie.
because
It should be yes.
I like how you're
Because
like,
I probably would be like, I'm coming up there.
Probably.
Fuck yeah.
Probably.
she said probably.
now the answer is absolutely.
Yeah.
But like you know, it's like that's the kind of thing. It's like the fact that I had to like assuage
Yeah.
the concern that's like, just because I say somebody else is attractive doesn't mean that I love you or think you're less attractive.
Totally.
Like love you any less or think you are less attractive.
It's like being there's a little bit of like being self-aware, being mature and comfortable and secure in the relationship,
Yeah.
you know, to really calm those things down a little bit. You know, of course nobody's going to be completely relieved of jealousy. You know,
Yeah.
I think there's an important role of jealousy in a relationship, but there's like a healthy way to do it and there's an unhealthy way. When what you just said seems like a toxic, unhealthy
Yeah.
way to do
It was like if he
Yeah.
were to have said like, "Hey, it kind of hurts my feelings when you say other people are like attractive. Like
Yeah.
it makes me feel that you think I'm less attractive or whatever." Like,
Yeah.
great. We can work with that.
Yeah, and then
Right?
there's like
Like-
there's a work towards like, okay, we're both living in the same reality, okay? There's
Yeah.
beautiful people out there. All right.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's like science, right? You can't just turn off attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
attracted to
That's
people.
what I would say. I was like, you're
regardless.
telling me that you don't find J-Lo attractive?
right.
You're telling me that Scarlett Johansson doesn't really do something for you? Because they do something for me.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of a guy getting upset when they're asked, like, "Oh, do you think that other guy's handsome or whatever?"
Yeah.
Like I watched a video of this guy. It was like, "Hey, who do you think the most attractive looking guy on the Red Sox team is?" And the guy got offended. He's like, "Man, I don't think any of them are attractive." Like, come on, dude, fuck off.
I'm not gay. Like,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are so
like,
offended
God.
about
You're so-
someone thinking that they're gay.
Yeah, it's like, listen, you don't have to be sexually attracted to this person to recognize that they're a handsome dude. Like, yeah, he's a good looking dude. Brad Pitt, handsome dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on. We're like, let's all be honest and we're all human here, okay? We can recognize that, you know, we perceive things and reality is reality. But
Yeah.
be comfortable about who you are and be comfortable about your feelings and, you know, be authentic about it. Like, I think that's at the end of the day, being authentic about is as long as he or you were authentic to each other and really were honest and communicated that way. I'm sure you guys could work out the whole Johnson.
Well, there was very
thing.
little honesty on his part in the whole relationship.
Yeah, well, you know,
It's
that's
like, there was like
is
some
evident.
movie or TV show or something that was some guy was like, "Well, I don't see. How do I know if they're attractive?" Or like to another guy, and it's like,
Yeah.
explain it with like, if that person looks like, if you wouldn't mind looking like that person.
yeah,
right.
Then that person is attractive. And they were like, "Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't mind looking like him."
yeah.
Then you think that he is an attractive person.
Hmm. And it
Yeah.
comes with like trust. Like as long as there's trust there, it all that other external noise becomes non-issue.
Yeah.
Like Janie's so great, and we're on such a great level. Like when she sees an attractive female, she'd be like, "Hey, look over there! Like check out so and so," because she knows, it's like she's not threatened by this person because she knows that our love for each other is enduring and is self-evident in that way. So, it just comes with, I guess, the right person.
Yeah, I don't know. Where are you? If anybody's listening
Dun,
and
dun,
would like
dun.
a
Wow.
single 36-year-old woman,
Well, what's your Instagram handle? Just throw
I
it
don't
out
even
there.
know. I think it's Kennedy Catie.
There you go.
Cool.
Perfect. Well, that feels like a perfect spot to end things. I think we're like just over almost 2.5 hours.
Oh
in.
my gosh, it went by so
There we
fast,
go.
It
you
flew
guys.
by. Yeah. So thank you so much again for being
Thanks for
on.
having me. I had
Yeah.
so much fun.
This was really cool. This was fun. And hopefully some single guy out there is listening.
Gosh, I hope so.
And he'll slide into your DMs.
Wouldn't that be great if we end up being part of the
Part of the
Oh
long
my
story?
God. Yes, that'd be so great.
Next time I'll come on and I'll be like, yeah, you remember that guy? Total like powday fintech bro,
yeah.
didn't work out.
Perfect. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, on that note, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks, Catie, for being on. Until next time, everybody. Adios.
See ya.